Okay, and we're live. We're gonna go into here.
Unless
gonna live with everybody here.
yeah. We're all here on time.
You were all here on time, because even though I was still doing my intro thing, I saw that there was a hard. There's a Drew. So yeah, everybody's here because we got the Kathy in the background. So because everyone actually showed up on time, and this is, I think, the first time I've had this happen, and I don't even know, everyone's going to get a free experience point right off the bat.
Yay! Yes.
Good job, guys. Good job. So give me 1 second here. Let me switch screens to the RPG screen. Show all the fancy shit. And right away, we are going to give you an experience point. No, you'll get it at the end of the session.
Curses, can't spend it now.
No, you cannot. Does anyone wish to spend any of their experience points before we move on for the session for today?
I will do that.
There's four of you that could actually spend it on something.
Yeah, I did spend. Yeah.
Sorry,
Jesus.
Draws to see who talked first.
I just need to clarify, how much XP does Athena have?
Athena should. Where is Athena? Athena was. You should have 2.
Okay, just confirming that what was on my sheet.
Yep, you should
I
have
thought
2.
I had 3 for some reason.
No,
Go ahead.
I did spend some, so I should be at 1 XP.
you are at 1.
2 now with the free one.
Or you're at 1 at the end of the session. You'll have more.
Yeah.
You have one currently. But right now, Freya, George, Mad Manchester, and Taverson are the only ones with enough to actually spend it on something if they wish. I don't know. You can do upgrades. You can for 4 points. You can check off box and get an upgrade. You could get another skill. You can +4 to your stat pools wherever you want to divvy them up. +1 to your effort if you want to play multiple. Edge makes things cheaper. Sometimes if you have to spend 3, it'll make it 2 because you got the edge. If you spend another edge there, it makes it even cheaper yet.
Add 3.
Oh, you can only click each one of them once, and then once you've clicked the 4th one out of the 5, level up. You've got enough for that. You've got enough for 4 out of these 5 checkboxes. Or sorry, 3 out of the check. Still?
Yeah.
Okay. So first you're going to want to add stat points. So you have 4 points to split amongst your pools. However you whichever pool that you want to add it. Okie dokie. Yep. Okay, up in the speed and the might. Yeah. Okay, and before we forget, let's up your effort. If you want to spend extra. And then skills. Go to skills.
Thank you for your patience.
Oh, you're asking the same questions I was going to ask, so it works perfectly.
So skill list. I will just do this to show everybody this thingy. You scroll down, this is the skill list. You can choose a skill to get trained in, or if it's a skill you're already trained in, you can become specialized.
Oh my goodness. What?
There is a lot of skills. Yes, that is correct. I will bring down your experience to 0. Manchester, are you gonna up anything yourself?
Yeah, the one question is, what does other mean on your character sheet? Like, what is other implying?
I just shared the thing. It should show you. You could reduce the cost for wearing armor, add 2 to your recovery rolls, or an ability from your type.
Those ones.
So, for instance, when I took the other one, I gained heavy weapon proficiency, which is why I'm now using that rail rifle.
Oh, that rail rifle.
The rail rifle, the triple R.
The weapons are basically a skill.
I wouldn't mind having another ability.
Do it up. That is all up to you.
Oh, well, I basically get it from choosing an ability for my type.
Yeah, the abilities are your class abilities, like your special powers.
Yeah.
If we're gonna delve into that, I'd ask that we actually
But another time.
do it at the end of the session or something.
Yeah. And just remember the new abilities ability from your type.
So go ahead and you can close or move that. It doesn't.
Not from your focus.
And
it's
then
from your...
you're gonna click on the little plus sign there, and you add. You can just
So my proficiency bonus, for instance, came from the fact that I am an explorer type.
Yeah.
So
Go away, G-Force driver.
One quick question from me. We can have 2 edge, but we can't use 2 edge in a thing unless we have 2 effort.
No.
No. That's
different.
applying. You can. That's different. Applying effort multiple times is different than having 2 edge. For instance, if something costs 3 and you had 2 edge, it would bring it down to 1. Cool. But since you applied effort, you couldn't say apply effort a second time to up the damage of the attack. Whereas if you had 2 levels of effort but an edge of 1, you could like reduce the cost of like things twice, basically.
Okay, cool. Well then,
just look at edge purely as a discount.
okay.
Yes.
Cool. Then I have spent points.
The book's right here. I'm gonna start shopping around.
Ultimately, effort means you can, correct me if I'm wrong, but effort means you can lower it 2 things.
no, you can lower it multiple times. Edge is you lower it by
I know what edge is, but when you say multiple times, is many is your number? Like, what do you mean by multiple?
Per action,
instance,
normally you can only lower things a number of times equal to your level of effort. So if you have an effort of 2, for instance, you could lower the difficulty of something by 2 instead of just 1.
Right.
And the first time you apply a level of effort to lower something, it costs you 3 points. And every additional level you lower it after that costs you additional 2 points. Then you discount the entire thing by the amount of edge that you have.
Right. So one way of looking at it is edge is how cheap you can make it, and effort is how many times you can spend it.
Yeah, how many levels you can spend on applying effort.
So for instance, if I'm rolling a speed roll right now, my edge is 2. My effort is 1. So I can lower it by 1 once, and then I lower it by 2. So I could basically get a 3, basically a free roll out of that.
No.
Well, not a free roll.
It costs. It will cost you 1.
Yeah, I got the whole point. Yeah. Sorry, my brain went sideways for a second there. I got a phone call.
I think I'm gonna spend the points for the healing skill.
Okay. So you're gonna bring it down to a 0.
George is ticking 3 boxes.
So you're spending 12. You'll be down to 2. Is Taverson spending anything? You're gonna bank it.
I'm banking it.
Okay. He's gonna be a big spender. He's just gonna be like, bam, leveled.
So I'm just trained in it now, right?
Yes. Yes. Unless you chose a skill you were already trained in, you're just trained in it. Which lowers, basically it counts as an asset to lower difficulty by 1. And if you're specialized, then it lowers it by 2.
Okay.
So if you have medicine, then you can apply that first aid action on people, and it lowers the difficulty automatically by 1. Which is super handy. Okay, I think we are good to go to start then.
Yup.
Everyone has applied the thing. You got your free experience right off the bat. So let's do a little bit of a recap, shall we? Let's go over exactly what happened last time. So you basically started the session. You had just defeated whatever was possessing Aphrodite, and you had an unconscious Aphrodite, the goddess of bitchiness, the queen herself, under your control. And I'm gonna skip parts, but I'll just hit the main parts. Basically, it's you ended up getting her back to your place in I suddenly forget Enfield. You get her back to your place in Enfield, and you're having a hard time. You're not waking her up. George goes for a walk. He tries to find the Morning Star to wake her up, and no luck. He seems to have moved on. But one of you, I forget who it was it Taverson or Mad Manchester? Someone like prayed.
Oh, Manchester.
It was me.
Manchester.
I prayed to Jesus.
You prayed to Jesus. And she actually ended up waking up. But not long afterwards, something, Taverson ended up trying to do some more searches and stuff online and sort of like triggered something, as well as, you know, there was the prayer thing happening and whatnot. And this is after George came home, you guys found a visitor basically on your front lawn. There was just this creepy guy standing there. We'll bring up his thing here. There was just this creepy guy standing there in your front lawn, just dressed like that. Like he's like, he would have been a hobo even back in the day. Like he was just not pretty. Looks like he's had a rough go of it. He's just standing there staring at you, and you guys decide to speak with him. And basically you find out he's sort of warning you off. Like he's not there on official business per se, but he is working with the Bromitics and the people leading the Bromitics, and basically the bad side, the opposite side of you. And he says he's giving you a chance. Just get out, stop doing what you're doing, give up, and then he won't have to mess with you. And he kind of said a few things that triggered George, because when he went to walk away, Mr. Santa Claus went all like crazy on him, and like Jingle Bell teleported in front of him, and there was an altercation. Athena like booked it out the back door to get into like a sniper position down the street, and everyone else was like starting to get back to the front lawn. And you find out that you're fighting Murphy, as in like Murphy's Law. Well, you guys actually figured it out on your own, which I'm proud of. But yeah, you were fighting Murphy's Law. So he never threw a punch or anything like that himself. He just did little things, move a sewer grate slightly and you fall into it. George had a hard time getting out, or like threw a little pebble which ended up hitting just the right spot on the house. That little tree moved and hit the chimney, which then fell on Athena, and like just things like this, like really weird things. And much to my excitement, you invoked red line mode. So you gave the intrusion mode even higher, and his special ability was that the GM intrusion mode was normally 1. He made it 1 to 5. You invoked red line mode. So on a 1 to a 7, your rolls were automatic failures, and I get to tell you exactly how it screws up. It was amazing.
It was wonderful.
It was amazing. So thank you for that. But you did end up actually kicking his tuchus. You do very well, all things considering. You actually messed him up worse than I thought you were going to, although there was a bit of a scrape going on, that's for sure. I think Athena took some hits there, as well as George. And you did pretty good. Aphrodite was awake by this point, and you decided to move on, delivering her to the love bug. And then I think was it last week you decided to finally go visit Velis, and then that's when you went into the big mega building. Now you realized that you wanted to get in with your weapons just in case shit hit the fan, because you didn't know what you were expecting. But there was pretty tight security to get in the building. It's not that you needed access. People are publicly allowed in the building. It's publicly traded. But bringing weapons in is kind of a no-no. So what you did is George and what eventually be one of Freakman's followers, the little kid, ended up distracting the guards, while at the same time Taverson, in a very sphincter clenching moment, barely was able to hack through and disable the security scanners as you walked through. And it was difficult. It was very tight for both distracting the security guards as well as for disabling the systems, but through the power of rerolls and experience and everything, you guys managed to actually get through it and get upstairs. It was here that you met Velis, who at first used his magical trickery to look like his god form, and his office looked like the mystical Norse forests and stuff like that. But he then basically washed that all away when he realized you were there for and had a drink. But you realized he was off. His mind was completely gone. He was all over the place. Speaking with him, you managed to get finally a little bit of information out of him before he took one last drink and before you said it was time to go and expired, dying right before you, a withered husk in his chair, a leftover image of what the god Velis used to be. And you all left, you got together, and I forget where you went after that, but I think it's pretty much where we left off for the most part.
Yeah, we were still in the office because something was about to happen after he died.
Right, you were still in the office. Because I was sort of figuring out which direction we were going to go in for that. Because we were going to deal with what's happening with George and the kid in the security place. So I'm going to switch music over to, because this is too classic RPG right now. Let's go to synthwave background stuff.
I believe Billy was asking Santa for a double-ended dildo.
Billy was asking Santa for a double-ended dildo while Santa was trying to screw up their advertisement-based Christmas tree. And the guards were like, you can't do that. So, the guards are basically giving you one chance while you were doing this, George, and this is at the point where you still see your party, like, trying to walk towards the elevator. Basically, get out, or you get into these zip tie cuffs, and they bring you to the security office.
So I either get out or zip tie cuffs?
Yes, those are your choices.
Well, I don't know if my friends are going to need me to, bust them out later. So I guess I'm getting in the zip ties and going to the security office.
All right. They don't put zip ties on the kid, but they do bring him along to this to a different security office because, I mean, there's no indication the kid knows you. They don't even know where the hell the kid came from. And since when Taverson brought all the security systems down, the cameras were down temporarily as well. So, like, it sort of got scrambled. They don't really know where the kid came from or what was happening at that moment. They try to review the footage, and there's just like a blank spot where you guys were, because you get just good enough. So you're brought into a security office, and you're basically brought in to sweat for a bit. They say, why were you here? Were you sent here by another corporation?
Spreading Christmas cheer.
That was a Christmas tree. You can't get much more Christmas than a transparent white Christmas tree with advertisements on it. What's more Christmassy than that?
Oh, any number of things, lads. Any number of things.
I see. Well, aside from mall Santas and a discount on toys, I don't see where you're coming from. So, I will tell you what. You're going to wait here. We're going to find out who you really are, and we're going to probably sue the hell out of you or something.
Oh, be interesting.
While we wait for the law enforcement to arrive, would you like to show us some identification?
Sure. And at that point, after having used a point of hedge magic to get myself out of the, the zip ties,
Okay.
I will reach into my breast pocket and pull out my wallet and hand it to him.
He accepts the wallet before pausing for a moment, realizing that you're out of the cuffs. Pulls what looks to be some sort of handheld taser and says, "We're going to have to use better restraints."
I don't think so. I'm in no hurry. I'm more than happy to sit here and have a chat with you. And wait for
Proper
whatever
procedure
friends-
is for a criminal trespasser to be restrained.
Well,
It's
tell you what. You just need me to keep my hands full, right?
we'll get the cuffs. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
He hits a button on the wall for an intercom. Bring a set of full cuffs, please.
Okay, while he's turned around, I produce from my inner pocket a very small Christmas tree and put it on the table.
Okay.
It's fully decorated.
All right.
Would you like a mint, son?
No, thank you. I will not be taking anything from you. Thank you for cooperating with us as best of you can, but you will have to remain in restraints. If we find you out of the restraints again, we will tase you until you comply.
Hazing. That's so awkward most of the time.
Yes. Okay. There's a knock on the door, and someone just like, he opens it enough that someone basically hands in like a set of like good quality metal cuffs with what looks to be like an electronic lock on them.
Oh, nice.
It says, hands behind your back, stand.
These ones are rather fancy. You know, wouldn't it just be easier to just cuff
One
into the
more
chair?
time, sir. Hands behind your back, stand.
Which is it? Hands behind my back or
And
stand?
he hits with the taser.
Okay.
It is a, let's see here. Trained professionals, full taser. That's going to be a difficulty 4 might check, please.
Okay.
These guys are corporate goons. They're not messing around.
Fine. Fine with that. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll roll the difficulty 4.
Oh. Santa's getting tased. Oh. Oh. Oh.
As to quote Phil Coulson, I'm going to tase you until you end up drooling into the carpet.
Okay. All right.
Santa's beard just got fire.
So this is a GM intrusion moment.
Not fake.
You can, if you want, spend an experience point to reroll. Did you want to, or shall we do the GM intrusion?
No, I'm fine. Let's do the jam intrusion.
Okay. So he begins to tase you, and like he doesn't let up. Like his finger is on the trigger, and it just stays on the trigger. The last thing you remember is falling to the ground, urinating on yourself, and passing out.
Cool.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, going back to the rest of the group.
So I'm assuming the taser bypasses all armor, yes?
Yes, because it's just electrical.
Yeah, there's actually very little that'll stop a tase. Like you need some serious insulation.
And you're not wearing like if you had like what looked like padded thick clothes, I mean he'll shoot you in the face. It's a corporate goon.
Yeah. I have ward, so I automatically have +1 armor at all times.
That's just against physical attacks. This will be electrical. Because it is a tase. If it was bullets, which like he's not gonna just start shooting you in an interrogation room. This isn't the US. He just tases you until you go down. It probably wouldn't have done much to you. You are a totem, but a GM intrusion on that one is a GM intrusion item. So you're just unconscious.
Although after game you will want to probably look at ward again, just as a FYI. We might want to rule it differently based on wording. But let's move on.
I'm ruling it this way because it's a nat 1, not because of anything else.
Okay. No, that's fine. I am fine
Argue
with
a
getting tased
third
down.
time. Okay, we're good. It's a nat 1, dude. It's a GM intrusion.
I know.
I could be doing 1 point of damage. Doesn't matter. If I say you explode into a bunny, you explode into a bunny.
And I'm fine with that. Do I explode into a bunny? Because that'd be cool.
All right. So continuing on with the rest of the group. You are done, yes?
Yes, I'm done. I'm done pushing your buttons for the night.
Excellent.
I
Continuing.
think it's your buttons getting pushed there, sir.
No,
I'm so
I
confused.
took the GM intrusion.
Moving on. Back to the other group.
Back to the rest of the group.
Rest of the group.
Back
All
at
right.
the plot.
Yes, back to the plot. So Velis is sitting there desiccated in the chair. And it's at this point that something begins to like ooze out of his ears and nose and everything. Sort of a black viscous liquid or goo of some kind.
That's not good.
Which does sort of coalesce into a thing that begins to like skitter away across the floor.
Is there a fire alarm or something, some sort of emergency pole to like clear the building?
Yeah, there's like fire alarm things.
I'm gonna pull it.
Okay, so there's
Fighting's about to happen, and we're not gonna be able to cover this up.
So the fire alarm goes off. You hear the and like flashing lights are happening. You know, it's things like this. Normal corporate fire alarm stuff starts going off. It's blaring. It's deafening. Let's absolutely.
I'm gonna try and lasso it with my monowire lash.
Okay. It's a one, like it's a one target number creature. I'm just gonna give it to you. There's no way you can't turn that into a 0 if you wanted to. These little things, all these little bromitics do is control. They don't, unless they have the ability to try and latch on you to control, they are super easy to take out. So if you want, you whip it and it just sort of explodes in the black goo. It's a smear on the floor. You've seen a similar thing that exited Aphrodite when she was going all nuts on you guys.
I'm gonna peek out Velis's door.
Okay.
Do I see like his secretary?
Yes. The secretary, the guy there with like the like colored man bun and the fun piercings and everything like that. He's looking panicked and getting up, looking around, and he's like, is everything all right?
Yeah, we're gonna be following out. This looks like somebody called the fire alarm. So go on, Velis just needs to grab a few things.
Oh yes, of course. He grabs a little like side satchel and his jacket and whatnot, and he's like, oh, off we go. Yes, of course. I mean the chart there for everyone's escape routes are right there. There's the emergency power to the elevators, of course. And who's going to take the stairs? And I'll be off. Thank you. And he leaves.
Is there any kind of like large bag or sack or something we can put Velis in?
I mean, not there. No.
Is there a carpet?
There is carpeting. It's once again that like tough, very fibrous like office carpeting.
I mean, it worked last time, so.
You could. It's going to be a little bit harder to rip out because it's not like some crappy, cheap side office built. Like these are like, this carpeting is probably well affixed to the floor.
Yeah, it's not just like tacked at the sides. It's
I think they want to
here.
take Velis.
Okay.
Is there?
We're not leaving a dead dragon for someone to find, even if it is in human form.
Is there anything at his desk, like paperwork or anything like that might indicate a lead?
Oh yes, you guys had that manila envelope thing that was on his desk.
Yeah.
That was why we stopped last time.
Yeah, I think I took it and I was.
Yeah,
going
you
to
took
open
it. You were starting to look through it at that moment, and in the envelope, I was gonna prep a thing for it, but I'm just gonna tell you about it instead. In the envelope seems to be some sort of workup for like financial agreements for like buying the nightclub, like not just nightclubs, but small businesses throughout the city. And there's like It looks like Velis, you see Lakshmi's company, you see a bunch of other side subsidiaries all sort of being linked together to various companies. And it looks like Velis was doing his homework, trying to trace who was sort of masterminding buying all of these businesses.
Is the Hermes Brothers courier service on there?
That is one of the targeted businesses, yes.
Okay. Just piecing them all together.
But it looks like there's a bunch of them. A lot of them are businesses you sort of on the side recognize as being Totem businesses. Not all of them. Some of them you might or might not be. You're not sure. But a lot of them seem to be. And Velis, yes, he's a Scandinavian god that's often appeared in sort of a dragon-like form, but with like a bear-like head. Right now, he's just human.
Well, take a boat and levitate. Dragon.
Okay, Freya's gonna wrap him in her cloak. She does have that giant feather cloak thing.
Yeah.
So that actually works pretty well.
Well, I mean, like if like anybody just carries him, you can just probably get out of here.
You don't have to carry him. He'll just float behind.
Well, you don't actually have that.
It's hard.
We don't want Civi seeing that.
Yeah, you don't want like Civi seeing
Where's it say in your character sheet? Remember, you're a weakened version of what you used to be. You've lost many of your powers.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been doing a lot of dead god removal services lately, so.
Yeah. Looking over those papers, you think you might. There's a lot of information in them. But you think between looking over the papers and maybe getting Taverson to do a little bit of background checks, or maybe even Freakman going through some information with his contacts, you think you've got a solid lead here to sort of figure out what's going on and who's behind things.
Okay.
As far as these purchases are going, because it definitely seems to be someone else above them that was pulling the strings for these purchases, and you don't know why.
There's no doubt about it. This is all going back to Walt Disney. We'll get them. The mouse is going down.
Oh my god.
And he knowing Freakman, he doesn't even mean the company. He means literally Walt Disney, like the cryogenically frozen head of Walt Disney or something.
He's not frozen anymore. He arose.
I was thinking of the
He's back to
literal.
haunt our days.
I was actually thinking of the literal mouse, since given how the metaphysics work in this universe, that the Mickey Mouse is probably a totem by now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Probably
probably.
the totem of intellectual property trademark.
I'm gonna slash your
You
face.
keep speaking to him, and he'll ride
know what?
his boat right in here.
At this
Fuck
point,
you up.
at this point, there's probably a secret internal power struggle between the mouse himself and Walt, the uncryogenically frozen head of Walt Disney, vying for power.
Oh god.
While we're at it here,
The company.
and
Oh.
you and maybe Jenny go pick up Billy. I bet she's in whatever kind of prison they've got in here at this point.
I mean, they don't just evac him out into the streets with a fire alarm.
Who knows?
I'm going to is there a security camera around?
Yeah, there's security cameras everywhere, basically.
In this office?
Not in Velis's office.
Okay. Well, I'm going to find one and I'm going to tap into it.
The front room, the front room of the office, there is, just not in his office proper. So you can find one there. All right, yeah, you can go ahead and tap into it. We're gonna say you're just tapping into like the visual feeds, not like the main computer system, right?
Visual feeds first.
Visual feeds, we're gonna say it's a target number 5.
All right, I'm going to use data jack.
Okay, what's that? That lowers the target.
With computer access, you instantly learn a bit more about something when you see it.
Asset and on a task. Yeah, I'll give you asset for that. So that brings it down to a 4.
Then I'm going to spend some effort on it.
Okay. Spend your points.
Yep, there we go.
So difficulty level 3.
Oh,
Damn. You were good. With a minor effect as well. So I'm just gonna say on top of the video feed, you're gonna get like full audio and be able to tell exactly where in the building it is.
okay. I am looking for George and roughly whereabouts he is in the building.
Okay, it looks like you cycle through the cameras super rapidly in a way that only your digital brain can do so. And as you do so, you finally get to the fact that George and Billy are both being brought, since it's an evacuation scenario, they're both being brought to a side exit to the building. Now, looking at the external cameras, you don't see any like vehicles waiting for them there or anything. So even though it looks like they are basically captured or under arrest type of thing, it's not like they're being brought to like a police van or anything like that. They're just being brought out as part of probably evacuation procedures. Now Billy is walking, however George is look like he's coming to now, but he's trussed up like a Christmas turkey.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I will disable that camera on the outside, and then I'll inform everybody.
All right.
So I'll just cut the feed to that.
George, you begin to awaken to the blaring of sounds, the flashing of lights. There's a couple of people carrying you, and there's a conversation going over top of you, and they're like, the guards joking around going, I just kept tasing him till he went down. And you hear the other guard going, but I don't understand it. He pissed himself, but he still smells like candy canes. Hot chocolate.
That into the Christmas spirit.
And
because he doesn't have urine, he has
yeah, and then they're like, he still seems clean. If anything, I found chocolates in his pocket, and they're not melted.
If you'd looked in the other one, you would have found mints.
How are you awake right now?
Stranger things have happened. It is that time of year.
All right, well, we're going to let you walk then. I'm tired of carrying your ass. Heavier than you look.
Obviously. I mean, it's not padding, you know.
You find yourself in metal restraints, the type that connect your ankles to your wrists, but it's enough that you can somewhat stand up.
Oh, nice.
And
I'm hobbled.
Yeah, you're hobbled, and you got to do like little shuffling steps. But basically, say fire alarm's going off. We got to get outside. Come on.
All right.
So with that, the rest of you, well, Taverson, you see he's being let out. What did you guys want to do?
I guess we're gonna go and free him.
Although honestly, for your sakes, it'd probably just be better if you just unlock these and just walk around the corner.
Sure, buddy. You want to say hello to Mr. Sparky again? Keep talking.
Well, I mean, Mr. Sparky and I have already had one conversation, and I'm not sure if it would go the same way second time.
Let's just go, buddy. They start leading you and Billy outside. You see Billy going, gosh, mister, I was just so confused. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, let the lad go. He just wanted a gift for his mommies.
I'm so scared right now. He gives you like a secret wink.
I mean, of course he's scared. You've got an alarm going off. You've got Santa Claus over here in chains. You're escorting him less than courteously. It's just a child.
Now, Freakman, your followers are basically an extension of you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not plugged in. It probably died on you.
It did.
No, you can turn that TV on. Yep. It'll mirror it over. There we go. That should be fine.
Technical issues, please stand by.
Yeah. I didn't realize Lily had the laptop down here for Kathy, but it wasn't plugged in. Well, that's fine. I don't mind you seeing these bits. It's all right. I will make sure to, when you need it, have Freya up and running. Okay, so yes, Freakman, your followers are basically an extension of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, Billy wants to do something independently at this moment, but I'm going to sort of have your stats roll it because he's basically an extension of your power since it's like a class feature. So I would like you to, now the guards, the taser was tough because it's a high quality taser, but the guard's gonna have to defend himself against something. So I want you to make these are probably pretty shitty guards. Oh, actually no, they'd probably be half decent guards. I'm gonna say it's a demanding task. So we're gonna go with difficulty. That was 3. Yeah, difficulty. So difficulty 3. I will allow you to have a speed roll.
Okay. I guess
Billy wants to do something to try and free himself and George once they reach the outside. Basically, that's what I'll let you know.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna drop. I've got edge. I've got 2 effort. So I'm just gonna go full tits on this and drop it down by 2.
Okay.
So it costs me 5 speed points.
5 minus whatever edge you have for it. So.
Oh right. So 4.
So 4.
Cool. 4 speed points spent.
Okay.
And now it's a D20.
You got it.
Wow.
Still made it. You're good.
Did the right thing. You get him, Billy.
So,
the power is yours.
As you guys are let outside, George, you're hobbled at the moment, although you know that, I mean, you can still escape probably with a moment's notice, but it might involve doing something or it could fail because you might have to use mystical abilities in front of them or something. But Billy decides to act at that moment and he begins to cry. He's like, "You're hurting Santa, stop!" And he balls, he sort of curls down into a ball as soon as you reach the outside alleyway. One of the guards sort of leans over. He's like, "Come on, kid, don't have to." And then you hear what the and then the guard sort of doubles over and falls to the side, and you see what looks like the handle of a switchblade sticking out of his side. And Billy, like a ferocious little man, suddenly launches himself like puck style towards the other guard's knee, buckling his knee, and then he goes, "Time to go."
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh my god.
He's a vicious little kid.
I mean, he's the kid that normally carries Freakman's gun.
Okay. Okay, so at that point, George is just going to basically, reach down and using hedge magic, fry the electrics on the.
Yeah, the cuffs look fancier than they are. If they had actually been like the high security cuffs, hedge magic wouldn't be enough. But they look nicer than they really are. They're actually cheap ass cuffs.
I would have had to break out the toolkit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Exactly. But no, they just look fancy to intimidate people. Hedge magic is enough. If anything, half the lights are probably just fake LEDs. So you manage to, with a little bit of Christmas charm and some sparkle glitter inside, you just sort of flex a little bit and the cuffs fall away.
At which point I'm going to, give them each a candy cane and off we go around the corner.
Slap in the face. One guy's like, "Oh my knee!" And the other guy's like, "Bleeding." Billy's like, "Oh, it's a gut shot. You'll live for hours."
In modern medicine, you'll get by it.
Yep. And you managed to
Triage,
take off.
bandage it, tied up little bow.
Taverson, I'm assuming as you guys are leaving, you probably have like a picture-in-a-picture thing going on to monitor where he is. So you actually witness this when it happens.
It's quite the little champ you got there, Ed. Freakman.
Well, Ed takes care of us too, don't you know? But yeah, I taught him well. He handles my gun.
Yep. From any other.
Gun on you. Handles my gun. Freakman.
But with that,
don't take it all pervy like that.
everyone evacuates, and honestly, going out in the commotion, with everything going on and people evacuating, it's up to you whether you want to disable the scanners or not, but there's such a crowd of people leaving at that time that you figure there's probably a very good chance that even if the scanners go off in such the commotion and panic of what's possibly like thousands of people being evacuated from a building, it may not even be noticed, especially since everyone's leaving rather than entering.
I imagine everybody's like dogpiling through the scanners. If it's possible, I'll just go around it.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow that as well. You just sort of hop over the counter. But you guys are able to get outside, no problem. On the side of the building, you can kind of see George and Billy peeking out, looking around.
Okay. We'll meet up with them and then vanish like a fart in the wind.
You did indeed bring your bundle of dragony goodness with you. Yes.
To the limo.
Your rental limo is indeed nearby. As you get close, Ed, make sure he texts him for privacy mode. So as you walk up to load yet another body into this rental limo, once again, he sees nothing because he has privacy mode up. And you did tell him to wait by, so like you didn't have to wait for him. He was nearby, parked.
Yeah, the last session, Ed hired him full time.
Yeah, he's like on a retainer now. You actually have a full-time low, like it looks like a budget car, but it seems to have some upgrades to it, so it's like nondescript. Basically, it looks like they designed it to look like a shitty low rent limo, but it's actually fairly nice because, you know, you never know where you're going to have to bring your clients. You don't want to bring a nice looking car to a bad neighborhood. So you get into the limo, and where are you driving off to? What are you doing?
I think we're just like getting away from the scene at the moment.
Don't we have a nightclub where we dispose all these bodies these days?
It's only down in Croydon.
Sure,
Probably check on
another
Argon.
corpse.
To the Love Bug, the best morgue there is.
I think we should go to Greenwich.
What's
Why
there?
Greenwich?
We need to find answers as to what's going on, and one of the rumors talks about psychics. I think it might be a good.
Considering what just happened to Velis, I think we should try and find his remaining partner, Agi, first, and that would be over in, was it Hammer? No, we're in Hammersmith.
Yeah, we're in Hammersmith. Everything's here right now.
Yeah. I'm
So,
trying to remember where it said that she was.
other than having
Alrighty.
a conversation with Billy and a taser gun named Sparky, what did you guys learn?
Well,
Billy, we heard about your exploits on the video. You are badass. Now
Fellow-
hold my 9mm, please.
Velis is dead. He was fighting with one of those controlling bromidics in his head.
Good. That means that we can fight back against them, at least for a while.
For a
I'm
while.
assuming that's what was put in the trunk.
His body, yes.
Hmm.
However, he did provide us with a wealth of information, everything he found when he was looking into the financial dealings and the conspiracies behind it all. It looks like someone was targeting mainly businesses associated with totems. There's some on here that are not that, but I'm fairly certain they'll be connected in other ways if they aren't just unknown players, unknown totems that are behind them. This is definitely existential level. And I am currently just calculating it all in my head right now to where it points to. Athena will be going over all the information, and she will be using her ability to essentially find the flaw, the weakness that this is presenting. As she figures things
if
out.
an opponent has a straightforward weakness, a damage from extra fire or whatever, the GM will tell you what it is. Okay. I'm not going to really say that there's a straightforward weakness to this. It seems pretty subtle. Whatever's going on, pretty complicated, pretty complex. Modern business.
All right. In that case, since these are objects, I will be using with fresh eyes so that I will reduce the difficulty of any related tasks for this.
Yep.
By 1 step the next time I interact with it.
All right. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see. How difficult is this? I'm going to say even professionals often fail. I'm going to go with challenging. So we're going to go with a difficulty level 5 base with fresh eyes brings us to a 4.
Yep. I will spend 3 intellect to reduce it by 1.
Can I assist them by pulling up information?
Yep.
Yes, you can. I will allow that as an asset. So you're assisting, that's a 3. You're spending edge, that brings it to a 2. Difficulty level 2.
And, I think that's about all we can throw onto this. So let's figure things out.
Roll
Let's
one.
do it. And a 1. Come on. Come on.
2, right?
Difficulty level 2. So you need target number 6. You're successful. Okay. So Taverson helps you look it over. And finally narrowing down the information. And it's a small book worth of paperwork. And you're kind of doing this. But you've got like a... Where are you guys headed to right now? Are you just kind of parked in an alleyway to look this shit over?
I imagine we're probably like heading to the equivalent of a Tim Hortons.
Yes,
Okay.
Ed, I need
Oh, Weatherspoons. We're in London.
I need cookies and milk.
I was say, well, like, what's the London equivalent of Timmy's? Like, you said a Weatherspoons? Sure.
Yeah, they're franchise pub, basically.
Oh,
Get
okay.
George a large double and a 6-pack of donuts.
I watch
okay.
a lot of TV.
Yeah, I don't know the businesses of London well enough.
It'd be Costa or Cafe Nero.
I mean, if we were in
or Starbucks, actually.
If we were in
Starbucks has
Edinburgh, we
probably
could
gotten
actually go to a
even bigger
Tim.
You know
by
what? Starbucks. You went to a Starbucks. Starbucks is everywhere. There's no country without a Starbucks at this point. Starbucks probably owns a small country somewhere.
There's even
Yep.
a couple in Africa, actually.
Like, hey, you got to be quick in here. In 5 minutes, this place becomes a Starbucks.
Yeah. So yeah, you stop at a Starbucks, which is, you know, the same worldwide, so it's going to look like every other Starbucks that's ever existed, and spend like $500,000 on a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. And yeah, you.
Coffee was good.
I'm assuming Taverson is like there's the free wireless internet, but Taverson will be able to, without a roll, just spoof it so it's not immediately sending off where you are.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you that one. And he starts cross-referencing the information that you get, and together, the two of you trace it back to what appears to be a series of cryptocurrency companies.
Spender. What cryptocurrencies are we talking about?
Dogecoin again.
A bunch of mostly newer ones, actually. So you're not seeing like the oldies like Bitcoin or Dogecoin or something like that. There's some newer ones that have been popping up, and
Game
just
stonk.
just within the last couple of years.
Goddamn crypto penguins are taking over.
All right. Any ties to Spender?
You pretty sure that he would be sort of behind all of these small cryptocurrencies. You do remember him being referred to and referring to himself as young or new. And a lot of these being newer created cryptocurrencies sort of falls in line with that.
Yeah, he also said he's going to, if he can't, like he's just going to absorb and like make his own stuff, assimilate.
And for new cryptocurrencies, you're looking at all of these companies, they have blown up. Like they went from nothings, and then just over the last couple of years are becoming these multinational megacorp conglomerates on their own. It looks like they're buying things up in multiple locations, not just London.
Well, I doubt Spender, given what you told me of how he operates, is a bromidic. So,
No, but he is probably definitely being controlled or manipulated by bromidics.
that's where I would.
Or by somebody else who's being manipulated by them.
Yeah, I was going to say, talking to Spender directly probably wouldn't solve anything. He only knows what a new Totem knows.
He's still fairly sapient.
Fuck. Okay.
You do know how to contact him if you wanted to. You know how to find him on the interwebs.
Gotta go into the deep web.
Kathy just asked, did Santa Claus just say fuck?
No,
I thought that was someone else.
No, I think that was
Haverson.
It was probably Billy.
AFK just a moment.
Santa might not mind that Billy shanked someone, but you know, Bill
Haverson.
tries to.
Yeah.
That
Can you
puts him on your
compare
nice, doesn't it?
information packet with basically everything we've done so far,
Well, here's the
reduced
problem.
to the terms and numbers that Spender would probably understand.
Here's
If
the
he-
problem.
If he's basically the conceptual an informational concept, then
We don't know.
getting into his language would make him.
Listen.
There we go. Back with fresh drink.
We don't know what his standing. We don't know if he's friendly or like if someone's pulling the strings or. So just giving them all our information, be like, oh, these people are problems. Let's take them out.
Well, no, not that much information. More like everything that they would
Tell
already.
you what,
But from my point of view,
I'm going to. Here's my laptop. I'm going to connect us to Spender. You can talk to him because this motherfucker is intimidating as all shit. And I'm going to contact Spender and pretty much Zoom call him on the laptop.
Okay. So you call him then.
See
Hello?
Tyverson just like jack into the laptop and just go limp.
Isn't it that Bing took over? So you Bing called him? You Binged him?
It's the online, like it's a new conferencing app based off of the old Zune product. So it's Zune 2.0.
Ah.
I thought he said Zoom.
No,
Zune,
I'm
like
saying
in
Zune,
Zoom.
Z-U-N-E.
Yeah, I thought he said Zoom.
He said Zoom, Z-O-O-M. But now it's a Zune call. But yes, you managed to get it, and a voice comes through the laptop. Hello, who is this?
greetings. My name is, and I can't exactly remember the pronunciation, but I give the Greek, the ancient Greek translation of no one.
I'm not sure who this is.
That is fair enough. All you need to know is that I am like you, in a way. And that I believe you may be furthering your own non-existence.
How did you get this connection?
There's a physical representation of Taverson's avatar on the screen.
Taverson, is that you?
That's me, Spender.
Taverson,
listen,
I have been trying to connect with you. I need help.
okay, what do you need?
I
We can
am
help each
being
other.
hunted. they have found out where I am. I have been unable to protect myself.
Who's hunting you?
The Dark Ones, the ones that are the opposite of us. Taverson, I need help. This is my location. Please help me.
What location he just sent?
He sent a location to Wandsworth.
Wandsworth?
Well, Ed, get us going.
Yeah, I guess we could get moving there.
How'd they find
Taverson,
you?
it is important that you come. I need help. They are going to become... And then the call ends.
Are we sure we want to hang out with him? This guy sounds like he's got no personality.
You're just afraid of competition.
Isn't the prison in Wandsworth?
No,
No,
Wandsworth is
Brandon.
south of Hammersmith.
There's a prison in Wandsworth. But it's not the maximum security go fuck yourself that's in Greenwich. It's just like a prison.
Well, it's either a trap or it is a genuine call for rescue. Either way, I say we spring it.
I'm pretty sure guarantee it's a trap, but maybe we could spring it and spring it back on them.
Well, technically, almost every time we've gone to help a fellow totem, it's been a trap. So, what would this be any different? Besides, if he's one of the youngest of us, he needs our protection. We've been around longer.
Yeah.
And if he is legitimately being hunted and is an ally, then deciphering all of this will be something that'll be right up his alley, considering that he seems to be the one responsible for it.
Was Spender's algorithm different from when we first talked to him? Or sorry, when I first talked to him?
In what way? What are you looking for in differences? What do you mean?
Like he just sounded different. Like I'm not sure if like he's actively being attacked or if he's being puppeted.
It would... I'll make your roll for this because you have dealt with him before. You're the only one that's talked to him multiple times. He did seem panicked. He seemed fragmented, like he was focusing on multiple things at once.
Okay.
And he seemed more genuine and open with you than he has the last time. He didn't seem quite as guarded. You think right off the bat, because you have dealt with him before, before when you dealt with him, he seemed cocky, almost egotistical.
Yeah.
Like he believed he was untouchable. This time it sounded a hell of a lot more convincingly like a child asking for help.
Okay. That kind of falls in line with the young totem kind of thing.
He's hitting
And
puberty.
I mean, like, he evolves in seconds, so he probably realizes that although he thinks he's king shit by being the new cock of the walk, but he realizes he needs help. Okay, well, either way, let's go to Wandsworth. I forward the address to the limo dryer.
Okay. Do you think you
And
can
then
get there in probably about 15-20 minutes?
I log out and back into my physical body.
Okay.
I close the laptop, hand it back to you.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fortuitous call.
The address leads you, it's to like basically a shanty town area within the Wandsworth. Because Wandsworth, it's a little all over the place. There's some nicer areas, but there's a lot of almost like slum areas, especially somewhat near the prison. And okay, so you get to basically what looks like a shantytown area. It's enclosed in its own walls to keep it away from the somewhat nicer areas, but it's sort of sprung up. The people have made their own little ecosystem, basically. And there's the main streets, but then there's like a whole subsection of smaller streets within this town within a town.
Oh, it's probably layer 2.
Now, heading towards the building that you're told of, you see people milling about in the general area. It's relatively busy. There's people going in from every building and whatnot. However, you're just pulling. The limo doesn't want to go into the shantytown area per se. The limo, he's basically, he like looks back and he's like, this is a restricted zone for most vehicles like this, like rented vehicles. I can't go in there right now.
Well, that's fine. We'll hoof it from here. Thank you.
Now, you can see his place because the main streets are a lot higher than the rest of the town. The town is sort of at a lower, almost like pollution zone level. And even from where you are, especially those that have a little bit better sight, Athena, Freya, probably George, anyone that's a little bit more perceptive or whatnot, can noticing where the place is. You do see people dressed a little bit too nice outside of the building in question, per se. So
they're out of place.
Are they nice, but let's say nondescript?
Very nondescript, like very plain looking business suits.
Yeah. Okay.
If you concentrate for a few moments, and
which is what I'll be doing to get my refresh eyes.
Yeah, being totems what you are, eventually everyone's going to be able to zero in. Being totems and what you are, you can sort of see the truth of who they really are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
These mooks right here.
Taverson is drawing his sidearm and running forward.
Billy, I'm gonna need that gun back.
Same with Athena.
You got it, boss.
George is just going to join them over there by doing George things.
Okay. So, we are going to hop into combat initiative here, but you guys are going to get an entire round to yourselves. Because they're not expecting company right now. It doesn't look like they're actually on guard per se.
Yep.
Doesn't look like they're expecting anything. So I'll also roll for Freya. Athena, I will bump you up.
10.
8.
I think it was.
Yep, yeah, it's a +3. Basically, you get an automatic asset on your initiative.
Yep.
Look at me being all awesome. It's the second one tonight.
Dude.
I think you're still like shrugging off the effects from Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So you're the last one getting out of the car, and your coat like catches on the door and stuff. So whereas everyone else is gonna get one round of free actions, you're busy releasing your car. Like it had slammed on your coat. You're busy trying to get your coat out of the fucking car for that entire round.
Before the car runs away.
Fight.
Unless you want to spend an experience to re-roll or something.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not ones tonight, dude.
I know.
Getting you in troubles.
them.
Like situations you should have no problems in. Because like the taser thing you should have been able to brush off. But no. So yes, Mr. We'll begin combat. Okay. Mr. Cornelius, you're the first to react. You're in the main street. So once again, each one of these areas is a zone. So it goes like immediate, long, and then extremes past that because you've got some streets to make it through and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend my turn moving to there.
Okie dokie. Freya, it is your go.
Sorry.
So you're keeping pace with Cornelius?
Yes.
All right, so that's gonna be your action for the turn then?
Yes.
All right,
What's the light levels here? Like dark?
yeah. Oh, sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, like, what's the light
Sorry,
levels
Cal,
here? Is it
what was
dark?
that?
What's the light levels here? Is it dark?
It's pretty much what you see in the picture. It is fairly dark with lots of like neon lights around, so there's like scattered bits of light throughout, and there's a lot of scattered lights from the pollution levels from the city as well.
So like visibility's pretty low.
It's a dim glow over basically everything. There's no area of complete darkness, just a dim glow.
Okay.
Urban Twilight.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to move up and attempt to also get a shot off with my little ability.
Okay, so you're gonna move into the streets there.
And
Yep.
immediately
And I will
work
spend 1 speed point to bring it down to a 1 for the shot. No, actually, I'll just roll to see if I can make the shot normally. So normal difficulty of 2. Yep. And yeah, I will spend a speed point to lower the difficulty of the shot at one of the.
Okay, so you
So
did the
with,
fleet of foot. So the speed roll was for the fleet of foot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm doing a speed roll for attack with the rail rifle.
Okay.
So what's the difficulty?
Let me bring it up here. 1.
Oh, it's just 1?
Just 1. Mr. Nobodies are the numpties of the Bremitic world.
In that case, I won't spend a speed point. I
Okay.
don't need to. Better use it for like damage or something if somehow 6 damage doesn't kill it outright. Okay.
You still almost failed. You did good
But I
though.
did.
Yeah, but
So
you
6
didn't. But you didn't. So with that, you basically you aim the rifle, and then you hear this like power up like the, and then instantly taking out one of the nobodies. Basically, he is. Oop, I'll go to the wrong place. He's this one.
Because I
Just-
actually targeted him using the Q button.
Oh yeah, you can
I'm
target.
not sure if that shows up on your screen or something. So
It doesn't work quite the same way in this as it does in the 5e. The 5e is a little more refined than the Cypher one. But
fair enough.
it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter since it's zones. It doesn't matter which one, anyways.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, and it's at that point, of course, you also start hearing screaming from the crowded streets around you. Someone just fired a high-powered rifle in the busy streets.
Yeah. Well, I need to get the streets cleared anyways if we're going to start.
I mean,
using
people are
magic power.
ducking out, so yeah, you've definitely cleared. That's for sure. Freakman.
All right, I'm gonna move forward at least 1 space here, and I can fire off a real. It's a long, this is long, or is this
That's long, yeah. Because you're
so
an
long with a
immediate, then it's
pistol,
short,
like a
then long.
negative?
It's long range, but you used your action to move.
Oh, I can't shoot anyways.
Yeah, the
No,
only
that's
reason
a
Athena was
special ability that lets her.
yeah,
move and
Athena
still
has
do an
fleet of
action.
Oh,
foot.
I see. Yeah, that's fine for now. All right,
Okay.
I'm just gonna move up and ready my pistol.
Okay.
I had to take Fleet of Foot. One of Athena's nomakers is Athena of the Swift Feet.
Yeah.
So,
Tav.
or the Swift-
All right, Taverson's pulling out a small mote of energy and activating his flying power.
Okay.
And you see him just like lift off the ground and just start bolting forward.
Give me one moment here. The thing I am looking for. Here we are.
The Cypher?
Okay. Tav. So let's take a look. So it's the cipher that you're using.
Yeah.
Light. Normal running speed for 1 hour. Okay.
So pretty much just doing this to bypass any obstacles.
Not a problem. I'm actually going to get you to make a difficulty 2 speed roll for me, please.
Alrighty. Just gonna do it straight.
Crap, I'll be back in a moment.
Yep. So it is not consumed, but it doesn't seem to work. You go to use the magical powers of the cipher, but all of these disbelieving eyes looking upon you, thinking a man can't fly, just sees you jump instead.
Okay.
Normally there isn't a roll to activate it, but because we're running with the power of disbelief, it increases the difficulty of everything by 2, so it brought it from a 0 to a 2.
Oh, that's fair.
It also brings up the intrusion rating by 1, so it would have actually been a 2 intrusion rating.
Okay. Can I still move, or?
I'll still give you the move. I'll give it to you. It's like you do a little hop, go, oh fuck, that didn't work.
And it's speed to move another square, or?
You can attempt to make a speed check if you want.
I'll do that.
Okay, the speed check to do is nope, that is not correct. Difficulty 3 right now because there's a lot of rubbish around that you're trying to get through.
I'll spend 3 to lower it, and then I'll go ahead.
Okay, so that brings it to 2.
There we go.
To make it look nicer. Oh. You are more than good. You definitely make it. Skipping a turn. So Mad Manchester, you're next.
I'm kicking myself. I should have spent speed to bump up my initiative.
So we're in what, medium range right now from them?
So immediate range is what you're in. Then it's the short range, and then long range.
Where's my gun?
With outside shack is long range for you.
Yeah, because my gun is medium range. It's a medium weapon rifle. It's a long range for the guitar, so I can fire from here.
Yeah, long range you'll be able to hit them. Short range will not.
Yeah, I'm going to strum a chord and fire on.
You just moved up this round,
here.
right?
I haven't moved at all. Or
well, you started in the main. Everyone started in the main streets.
I don't know. When I looked, everybody was in the streets. I didn't really declare.
That's because we moved here.
You're one of the last turns so far.
This is our first turn, no?
Yes, everyone should have started in the main streets. It's you and George are the only ones left to go.
Okay, so yeah, if I'll move up to the streets and fire, or do I just move
Your
up
action will be to move, basically.
Okay, then that's my turn.
Okay. You start running up, getting in from the main street into the actual alleys and streets of the shanty town itself.
Yep.
George, finally, you tug your coat out of the car just as it's taking off, sort of spinning you about. You have to get back to your feet.
That's always a bit of a pickle.
Stumbling a little bit there. So he's not doing anything.
So
Okay.
there are lots of people around, I'm hearing.
Yes, you're in a crowded little shanty town area.
All right. I would like to.
You don't get to do anything. You lost your turn, remember?
Oh, right. Sorry.
From the nat one. That's all you did. You sort of you sort of get yourself up, dust yourself off, and realize everyone's already started ahead of you.
Still round 1.
Yeah.
My fault.
Now we're on round 2 doing things. This guy is going to run inside of the shack. Mr. Cornelius.
Mr. Cornelius. Oh, well. as much as it would pain me to use this on just the two little numpties, like, time is pressing. We don't have time to delay, so I'm going to use one of my ciphers.
Okay.
I can drag this thing? No. I'm going to use my desiccating cipher.
Desiccating
On the two guys that are mating. But I'm flavoring it on like the sands of time, like aging them and just withering them away to nothing.
No, not defecating, Cypher.
Desiccating.
Old man's got to poop.
Desiccating.
Time to poop. It's the middle of combat.
Yeah.
Time to poop.
Yeah.
You don't argue with the old man.
DES.
Desiccating.
An old man like you, you've always got prune juice on the head.
Dehydrating, sucking the moisture out of it.
Okay.
All right.
Defecate on them.
So, yes,
And saying it's like, we don't have time for this. Our friend is in danger. Like, may the sands of eternity take you.
Okay, so
kind of like
is
wither away into dust.
it is going to be a difficulty level 3, and your current intrusion rating, by the way, is 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm actually, can I slightly change one thing? Anticipation first, since it's a non-action.
Yeah, you can use your
To lower it
anticipation.
by 1. And I'm going to spend some
Reading that
effort to lower it down again.
That's it for the first time.
Because that's an enabler power, it's not an action.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm going to
That's
spend
free
a
for
level
you.
of effort.
So that brings it back down to a 1 is normal. As long as you don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, pretty much. So, come
Although
on.
I would be happy if you did.
Oh, I know.
You're good. You're good. Okay.
So, yeah,
Blow that out of the water.
they take 4 points of damage as they just wither away.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, he is donezo. Another one bites the dust. Which
Well,
one did you
it's-
want? Was it the top one or the bottom one?
It hits both of them.
Oh, it hits both of them.
It hits everything in an immediate.
Oh shit, biscuits.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Radius.
him and him. Okay,
Yeah.
so they both just like withering away to husks.
Like I would have liked to hit more things with it. It's like I've been waiting to use that for a while, but everybody keeps rushing into immediate range with everything when we fight these groups of guys.
Yeah,
So I've been sitting on that for weeks.
just like being a wizard with fireball. You got to figure out the right time to do it.
Delete that. Yeah,
All right,
and I'm done.
Freya.
That was
Okay. You can make a speed roll if you want to try to move 2. You good? Okay. Freya's being cautious, moving up, sort of huddled within her feathered cloak, just clutching her necklace just in case, ready to summon its power. All right.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back. Okay. And he's a... Okay, you guys are gonna notice him. He's not gonna be able to sneak up on you, unfortunately. But, coming out is this guy. You've met them before.
Are these the hunger ones? Or the fear ones?
The Stalker, the darkness ones.
Awesome.
And as he comes out, the outside of the shack and the streets right behind him become dim light. It's like you see the neon lights begin to sort of flicker and dim all of a sudden, and the entire area just starts to become this. Actually, it's already dim light, so it becomes this oppressive darkness, almost like a black fog, where you can just barely see the outlines of some of the neon lights, but you can barely see. I guess it would actually be darkness at this point, so he actually is sort of hidden. You see him for a second before everything sort of shutters down and suddenly becomes hidden from you in that area. Freya and Taverson, you can see each other, but everyone else is having a hard time seeing you.
Hey, guess what I have left over from the last time we fought these guys? A With Fresh Eyes asset.
Oh?
I recorded on my sheet and everything.
Oh shit, yeah, because it just says the next time, right?
Yep, and I got mine by studying the remains. So, because I was trying to figure out what the hell that was.
Study a creature the next time you interact with it, not the same kind as it. So, I mean, if you find that dead one and want to kick it.
Fair enough. Damn it. Misread it. Okay, never mind then. All right. Is it my go?
It is your go.
Yep. Okay, yeah, I will advance into the darkness. Another speed roll. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Get in there. And if I can see enough to make a shot, I'm going to take it.
Okay.
Definitely going to be lowering the difficulty for this one.
It is... Well, it's darkness, because it went from dim light and it went down a step, so it's darkness. So... let me find it here. Combat modifiers. Oh, you can... You know roughly where the target is, so you still have a chance to try and hit him, because he was there for a split second before it went down. So despite these guys these guys aren't the toughest, so it's going to be currently difficulty level 6.
Right, I will spend a point of speed to lower that, because I now have edge of 2.
Okay,
So it only costs me 1 to spend it.
that's correct.
By 1. And I will that brings it into what, 5?
It is currently 5, yes.
Yep, so literal shot in the dark.
Yep. You're not currently successful. So you hear a zzz, bang, and you hear like a ka-thunk, of it hitting the metallic, the ribbed like metallic sheet metal of the side of the shed. It doesn't sound like it hit the fleshy clothed body of the stalker.
That's fine. Let me just double check. Yes, someone else. Yep. Okay.
And you can only barely see Freya and Taverson beside you.
All right. Yeah, that's it for me. Other than one tiny thing, I duck at the end of my turn, just because I know that there are some rather undisciplined marksmen behind me who might try to fire into
so you do
the
like
darkness.
the combat thing where you're down on one knee so that the people shooting behind you shoot over you type thing.
Yeah, except I got my head ducked even lower than that, because I also don't trust their aim when they can see.
All right.
So
Yeah. No mechanical bonus, but definitely good flavor.
yeah.
Freakman.
If it's not Athena shooting, everyone else is just shit.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna move forward one area here I can't see. So.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's that middle of the night. You just finished browsing TikTok for 3 hours on your phone, and your eyes haven't adjusted yet.
I love my new dance moves, though.
And your minions all kind of stayed back, but you do have
they
your
don't
weapons.
get combat.
No.
TikTok was created as mind control by the Chinese. At least that's what they want you to think.
Oh.
It was actually the Fijians.
All right. Next is gonna be Taverson.
Yep. Now that it's darker and possibly even a little more concealed, I'm going to use the flight power.
Okay. Yeah, it'll just work now. People are not able to, they're not, the regular people, I'm only giving you guys some dim vision of each other because you're totems. The regular people in this area are freaking out because they're completely blind.
And then I'm going to move towards the shack,
Okay.
like zooming across the ground, like 10 feet above it.
Sounds good. And there's only like one entrance to the shack, basically.
Yeah, pretty much I'm going full tilt towards the door.
What I'll do is I can even just represent that there's like a door. That. Okay. But yeah, you're able to fly forward. It's difficult. You probably don't go the fastest just because you still can't really see. Like it's arm lengths away, and then it just seems to fade to darkness. Like you can barely see the tips of your fingers if you'd hold your hand out. It's just this oppressive black.
Yeah.
Which is, as you remember from fighting the Stalkers before, was kind of their shtick. Mad Manchester.
It's a speed roll to get up to where Tav is.
You got it.
All right, let's do it up.
In the darkness with everything, it's going to be a difficulty level 5 speed roll.
Yeah, I'll use edge to lower it by 1.
Okay.
Or like 2 and edge.
They're lowering it twice?
No, he only has 1 level of effort.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He meant he's spending 2 points to apply 1 level of effort.
Oh, okay.
I know what he meant. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. That is not great, sir.
That's a failure. So
A failure. So you go to move like forward, and you're trying to run up like where you know the shack should be, but there's all this, like, as you're running, there's just suddenly things popping up, like, oh, there's an old stove, oh, there's a car, oh, that's jagged metal, and you just kind of stumble and stop.
okay. Yeah,
Wait,
that's all I'm doing.
You didn't roll a 1, so that's plus side.
Yeah.
Jagged metal, that's what a nice
Speaking
way
of people that roll
speaking.
1s, George,
Why, yes. Yes, I
you're
do.
done now, right? Like no more 1s.
I have no idea if I'm done or not. So it's just dim. I can still see like down.
It is.
here.
It is darkness as soon as you hit that second streets. It's dim light
So where-
it's dim light in the streets. It is bright light in the main streets.
Okay, so outside shack is dark.
Outside shack and that first streets are all dark. If you're in the area, I'm letting the totems see each other, but right now you can't see in there. You can't see where they went. They just went poof, gone.
You saw Taverson just fly into the darkness.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah, sweet. Well, then George is going to do one of these. That's his turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it was already dim light, he just made it full dark in that area. All right. He is not doing anything. Let's see here. That's immediate. I doubt it's gonna work. Okay, Taverson, you're defending with a speed roll.
Alrighty.
But it is only because of the darkness also kind of fucking him over. It's only going to be difficulty level 2.
Yay.
So yeah, you hear like a ka-thunk on this like barrel beside you, and then this like
Can't see anything, so.
no, but there's just like a ka-thunk and then this hissing sound, and then that's it. He's not doing anything. Mr. hoping the Stalker takes it on. Mr. Cornelius.
All right, I'm gonna take the chance and far step into the darkness.
Accidentally
Okay.
telestepped right into his position, frag kill.
No, it doesn't even say you need to see where you're going. It just says you
No, you
some
just have to
distance
clear
away.
unobstructed path.
Yeah, you do technically have that. You land safely. Action. Costs you 2 intellect points, which costs you nothing.
Yep, and then I'm just gonna use my anticipation since that's not an action.
Now, because it's darkness, you do No, it goes from basically a 0. I am going to say there's still going to be a roll to the far step.
Oh, yep. That's fine.
Just so you don't, like, you might land on something bad. Now it's...
I figured that would be a thing.
Darkness is normally a 4-step increase, so it's actually a difficulty level 4 to far step into a dark area of rubbish and jagged metal.
Well, let's see. I am actually going to
Use your anticipation from the last round.
no, because I want to use the anticipation for when it tries, for if it inevitably tries to attack me. So
Well, you're
I'm
going to
just gonna,
anticipation anyways, aren't you?
I'm just gonna straight up use that. I'm gonna use some effort to lower that by 1.
Okay.
So here's to hoping I don't get hit.
You are successful. You far step into the area.
And then I've got an anticipation for if he attacks me.
Isn't that enough for an effect?
Actually, okay, it still works, but I forgot it actually should have been higher than that. It actually would have been 5, because I forgot you were still in a light area where people were seeing you suddenly vanish.
Yeah.
But you still made it.
Yep, I rolled well.
You rolled well enough. Okay, that's your turn.
Yeah, I'll use anticipation for a thing and just say, "Come and get me, a creepy
I forgot
bastard."
where you and George were still visible to the populace. Okay, so Freya, you are in darkness, but you can barely see some of your friends near you. No, you cannot see anyone in this outside shack area. That's just darkness. All you can see is some of your friends sort of near you in the streets area here. You can't even see George behind you in the dim light, unfortunately. Okay, so you move further into the darkness. And as you do so, you can barely see like some of like the glowing lights that Tav has on his jackets and whatnot, and maybe a bit of a residual glow from the far step over Mr. Cornelius. You don't see anyone else in there.
I never.
Okay, so you guys in that outside shack area can kind of see where Freya is with her unmistakable necklace thing starting to glow around her neck a little bit.
Nice.
Hedge magic, handy.
And that would be your turn. So the Stalker. Yeah, okay, so it is going to be doing a might attack against Mr. Cornelius. Now it is 3. Oh gosh, and then total darkness, you don't know he's coming. It is a difficulty level 7 might attack.
Well, I have an asset for that, so drop it down by 1.
Okay.
I'm also trained in might defense tasks, so drop that down again.
You know Kung Fu.
Pretty much.
And is there anything else I want to do?
And you can't see him do it, no. Something the
I'll
old
just
man
roll.
just like, no!
I'll just roll and hope.
Oh, nice. He like comes down with his blade, you just catch it.
Yeah, so do you have like a staff or anything with you? Or like
It's a cane.
a cane, right? So
No,
also,
it's more of a staff.
yeah, I thought it was more of like a staff thing. So like out of the darkness, just this last second, you see this clawed hand coming towards you, and just with barely enough time, you get your staff in the way and just sort of like knock it away, rather efficiently actually for someone of your quote unquote age. And you think in most other people's cases that would have been a rather vicious claw to the face. Athena.
All right, so I have a question about the rifle that I picked up and have been working with. Did it come with a tack light?
It did come with a light attached to it, yes.
All right, I'm going to turn that on.
Okay, the light barely sheds dim light in the area that you're in.
That's better than darkness. All right, I'm going to move up and try to attack.
Okay, so do your speed roll for moving up. I guess before we move you, do your speed roll. You're good.
Yep.
So we can move you. Whoops. Sorry.
Not that far. I haven't used my phasing power yet.
But because of your attack light, you can dimly see the outline of the Stalker there. As you hear this, like,
Yeah. And I'm just pulling down on the trigger.
that's a 2. He gets it with, so he is 3, 2. That's because it's dim light. He's still at a target level 5 to hit him.
All right.
No, wait,
so
you're firing point blank, so that actually brings it, I think, down 1. 1 second. Point blank, yeah, 1 in favor of the attacker, so that actually brings it down to a 4.
all right, and so I keep on forgetting this. If I'm trained in heavy weapons, is that lowered as well?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm trained in all weapons.
Yes.
I keep on
there you
forgetting
go.
to do that. I should be way more accurate than I already am.
You're specifically trained in all weapons?
Yes.
You're
that was
proficient or
what
trained?
Trained.
What's giving you the trained?
It was the ability from the Explorer thing. I don't remember what it was. Actually, it may have been proficient now that I think about it.
They're very different.
Yeah. Just checking the codex here.
It says you're practiced with all weapons in that description. You should not have that set to trained. So that just means you can use the weapons, but you're not getting trained. So you should definitely trade that out. So yeah, you're not getting it. It's not going down from being trained. So it is actually still a 4.
I will look out for that in the future then. Okay. And and then I will spend a point of speed.
Okay, that'll bring it down to a 3. So now you're at difficulty level 3, shooting at point blank with a gun.
Yep.
Pew, pew. You are successful. Not enough to do extra damage, unfortunately, but you're still successful. How much damage does that do?
6.
6 minus his armor. So 5. Okay. He's still out. All right, and that will be you. So it's Athena coming in with the light. Tav, Freya, and Mr. Cornelius, you can kind of see the outlined figure in this tack light of the Stalker, although it's still dim and wispy with like this black fog. The darkness becomes like a physical entity around the Stalker. But then there's like the power up and then the bang as Athena with this tactical Royal Guard rifle shoots it point blank, taking a good chunk out of it, sort of wispiness trailing off of it. All right, Frigman.
So I can't see this guy still?
You still can't see it. The area you're in is in total darkness.
I mean, I hear gunshots, or I hear fighting, I guess, technically. So I guess I'm gonna
The darkness it exudes is more like almost like a fog. Now once you're in there, you're close enough that it's thinned enough that you can kind of see its outline dimly.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move in and draw my weapon.
Okay. I'll leave them where they are. You go in, draw your weapon, a bow. Taverson.
Okay. We need to take care of him first. So Taverson's just going to level off his pistol and fire it out.
Okay, so he is level 3 because it's dim, then 2.
And I'm using my flashlight as well to also light him up. So pretty much gun in one hand, flashlight the other.
Because they're both like equal powered flashlights, it doesn't seem to light him up anymore per se. He's still considered in dim light. So it's but you're still seeing him. So it's currently difficulty level 5 to hit him. Oh no, 4 point blank. It's point blank range. It's difficulty 4 to hit him.
Light weapon. I'm not sure if that
light weapon will bring it down again. Difficulty 3.
Okay, and then I will spend 3 speed to lower it one more time.
Difficulty 2. Yes. Okay, so you do manage to ping off with the light weapon. How much? That's
2 damage.
just 2 damage. So he's got armor. That'll take 1 damage. Tough little SOB, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So Taverson pings off. You hear another like bang, and those of you not in the area do hear the banging going off. There's definitely gunfire of some kind going on. Mad Manchester. Let me move Mr. Nobody corpses out of the way here.
So it's still in complete darkness. I can't see anybody.
Right where you are, you don't see anything except your own hand.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'll have to use my action to move into the next space.
Now you kind of see the dim outline of him. So stumbling through the darkness, you finally get there, and it's like a thick black fog. You can barely see the shack. You can barely see anything in the area around you.
Cool.
George. George?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You didn't say anything.
I did. I said, well.
Oh, they didn't come through. All right, what you doing?
George is gonna move to there.
Okay.
Because he doesn't like to jump into places he can't see.
Just in case. You're now in the darkened area.
Yay.
All right.
But chimneys. You jump down chimneys all the time.
I can see
Sure.
the bottom of a chimney.
Yeah, there's fire. Wait.
Yeah, exactly. Or embers. Or smoke in
Okay,
the way.
well, there's dim light there, so some of these guys are actually going to try and do some shit. Oh, we're about to get crowded. Here, I'm just going to move the Mr. Nobody corpses, like, over here for the moment. It's a little less crowded. Okay. As Mr. Nobody comes out. To, let's see, dim light. So it's 2-step advantage. So it's a 1-step advantage. They're all 1, aren't they? Okay, yeah. So the Mr. Nobody comes out, does a swing at Taverson, and Taverson, you just sort of know and just kind of pushed away. As he, by default, is currently a difficulty 0.
Oh, nice.
They're too weak to fight in dim light against you. So yeah, that's a thing. However, a new player has entered the game
Oh, that looks lovely.
Oh, gross.
as
That's
this
not creepy at all.
shambling, thorny creature, half plant, half aquatic something or other. You have no idea. Enters.
Sweetie.
And unfortunately that's all it can do because it can't do a movement and a something else. And right up all in Freya's business, another Mr. Nobody rushes out of the shack, comes up to you and tries to plant one firmly against your jaw, and like holding how would you defend yourself? That's an attack more. Defending yourself. He's attacking you. Sure, okay, so he goes up to punch you and you just sort of, you grasp really tightly on your necklace and just the light sort of pushes him back. He's too weak at the moment to actually hit you, which is why.
Flashbang necklace.
No, it's not your turn. It's actually his turn. That's why. Mr. Cornelius.
I will spend my turn activating my resonance field,
Okay.
and then I will use my anticipation so that I have an asset on my next, task.
All
and
right.
basically wade into the fray, and it's like, come and get me, you creepy fuckers.
What's the resonant field do again? Last 1 minute.
Basically. Yeah.
Makes an attack against you. It's like a shield.
Yeah, I can make it an intellect defense instead of the normal defense. And if I roll and get a minor or major effect, they actually take damage.
That's pretty awesome.
You
Okay.
bounce right back at them.
Defending with the power of your mind.
Basically.
Okay, so you
that'll
like
be me.
faintly glow as well, so you're actually outlined. Freya.
Tank up a bit and instigate them.
Okay, yes. You can vaguely see them all now.
Okay, onslaught.
You want an onslaught? You can do the 2 points of intellect,
So we're gonna go.
or physical's 4 points. Okay.
Gonna do.
One of the Mr. Nobodies or the big old plant thing? You can only get one, it looks like. A force plus, damage a foe within short
Yeah.
range.
Okay. Well,
Okay, so that guy. It's free and you don't have to roll. He's
just do
he's just too damn weak.
toast.
And yeah, so physical energies assail him. So yeah, this guy, like, you guys barely see his outline, and all of a sudden, like, Freya, how would you describe destroying him?
Oh, I grabbed my necklace, and I gone.
So Freya,
And head
using her powers, grasps her necklace and just says "gone," and he just goes like you know, from the Avengers movie, like when he snapped his fingers, he just disappears into dust.
The blip.
Oh god, you Thanos snapped him out of existence.
You Thanos snapped him out of existence. That's exactly what happened. Yeah. It's this guy. He did.
And that's why mothers teach their children not to point fingers.
No, because it is the onslaught costs you one, but then you have an edge of one, so it was free. It was free for you to do.
So yeah, you can just auto kill a nobody around. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, at least in the dim light, because they're really at a disadvantage right now. Anywho, the Stalker, however. Well, I mean, Mr. Cornelius, you're the one he was going after before, so he's gonna go after you again. It's actually currently going to be a difficulty level 3, I guess mental for you in this
Intellect
case.
defense. Yeah,
intellect.
I'm trained in intellect defense, and I have an asset from anticipation, so lowered by 2.
Fuck, so he's a 1.
Yeah. Oh, and that's effect, isn't it?
No.
No,
It's a minor effect on a 19 or a major on a 20. It's only if you're dealing damage does a 17 or an 18 matter.
Yeah.
Resonance field though.
Yeah.
Oh, does that tick off
19
right
is
away?
No, 19 is a minor effect. 20 is the major.
Yeah, it only
okay.
ticks off if he gets the effects.
Okay, never mind.
No worries, no worries. It's good to double check. I mean, we're all still learning this system. Like, even though we're getting a good chunk of the way through the campaign now, it's not one we're as familiar with. It's good to double check.
Yep.
Okay, so that was his go. He went to swipe at you, and you just have this like shield field around you of time that sort of slows him to molasses until he just sort of out of exhaustion stops attacking you.
Okay.
Athena.
Yeah, I'm kind of flavoring it as just like a temporal distortion where it's like he's coming in to attack and you just see like a faint like ethereal like me dodging out of the way like easily.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna take effect to the fact that apparently Cornelius has turned into Neo, and yeah, I'm just gonna get up in this guy's business.
Hey, you're gonna get up on his business.
There
Yeah,
no spoon.
Yeah. So attack with a rifle. We'll be lowering the cost again.
So it's 5, but then 4 because it's point blank. You're gonna spend points from your speed pool to lower it to a 3. You said.
Yep.
Applying a level of effort.
Yep. And yeah, I'm gonna check this guy. Assuming I succeed.
So man.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm actually just spending an XP for a reroll on that one.
you're gonna
Because I have
spend.
something really, really cool in my head for this.
All right, so you spend 1 experience.
And here's where the nat 1 comes.
Oh, again,
Ow.
the same roll.
Literally the same roll.
Okay, never mind. Basically, Athena was going to summon up her Aegis from her Enduring Shield and check him against the wall and just jam her rifle in and pull the trigger.
I mean, you
But,
still have an experience point. It's up to you.
Spend multiple experience points for multiple reels. I thought it was just
Sure,
one.
you can spend all your experience point one round for all I care. It's your experience points. Burn them.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I support you losing
I
experience.
roll another 7, right? No,
No,
way.
you'll roll lower. Oh. So try as you might aiming at him, especially because of all the weird temporal manipulations going on in the dark fog around Mr. Cornelius, you just can't get a beat on him, no matter how much you
I basically-
concentrate.
Yeah, I tried to body check him, and instead I end up within like a few meters instead because of the temporal disturbances.
Yeah,
Everybody do the flop.
so you went after his like after image or something.
You're gearing too close to Mr. Cornelius during the fight.
Yeah, I think it erased a
Growing
few
up.
years of my experience as well.
You're rippling time and space, Cornelius. Stop it.
Lost a few minutes.
Freakman. Freakman?
Am I muted?
You were muted, I think.
Noises? Yeah, there we go.
Can you? I get a clear view of this plant-looking thing.
Everyone can kind of see this scary, like it's dim, so like it's kind of darkened. You can't see details, but you can see this. It's about 8 feet tall, and it's just scary. Like it's plants and weird fish fins, and you don't even know what the fuck.
Just
Yeah.
makes it that much creepier being in dim light.
It's clear this thing's from Fantasia. I'm gonna use my enthrall skill to stun it while talking to it.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't have to understand me, just so long as I'm talking to it.
All right. It is gonna be an
Soothing things to the plant.
difficulty level 8 intellect roll.
All right, well, I'm gonna use 2 effort, intellect, spend the 4 points.
You're playing 2 levels of effort. Oh yeah. Oh, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. And because you have an edge of 1, it'll be 4 points. So that brings it from an 8 to a 6.
Okay. I don't know if there's any other way I can add stuff to this, can I? Really? Just trying to look at my cipher quickly. That doesn't.
I was about to say, is it keyed to a skill?
It's intellect. Yeah, I'm not sure why his number's so high, but it is what it is.
You're trained in persuasion skills.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I am trained to. I guess
Well,
add another
we
one.
can bring it down. We can bring it down to a 5.
Okay. Well, it's as good as.
Because that's kind of what the enthrall is you're like persuading it to pay attention to you.
Yeah, it's like a magical. Hey, look at me.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling.
25% chance.
Oh,
Just.
You know, that moon landing was a hoax. Not the moon landing. Sorry, I should say the moon itself. The landings, of course, were real after your boss, Walt Popsicle Disney and Stanley Kubrick made inside Epcot Studios.
Oh, I never get tired of the Freakman. Never.
No.
Never. Oh yeah, so with this nonsensical ramblings, you guys just see the plant thing turn towards him, and if a near faceless plant fish monster thing could look quizzical and confused, it would. Taverson.
All right. Yeah, with the fish monster plant thing enthralled, I'm just going to shoot the nobody right next to me.
execute.
Okay. You take him out. At the moment, he's like because it's a point blank range shot. It's like a difficulty -1. So
Like Taverson points the gun at him. He's like, "Wait, I'm supposed to say something here. Dodge this, bang."
There you go.
yeah, just put the gun to his head and be like, "Get out of the way of this." Shit, that wasn't good.
Yeah, but I said it wrong.
that's how that old timey movie said it, right? So yeah,
Classic.
he did. I never even thought about the interaction of the stalkers and the Mr. Nobodies, making the Mr. Nobodies useless. So this ended up being an easier fight than I thought. I love it. Oh, I accidentally skipped Mad Manchester. Sorry.
Okay, so the big guy is shedding darkness. There's a plant monster, and they're all coming out of the shack.
There was a bunch of them that came out of the shack. That is correct.
And the shack is just like a regular wooden shit shack. Like it's not anything
It's
fancy.
not metal.
Yeah, it's like a bit of bits of wood and corrugated steel or corrugated metal, like sheet metal.
Enough wood that I could set it on fire.
Why?
Why?
There's probably a couple of wooden beams to it that are probably acting as the main supports. You could probably set those on fire.
I'd just like to quickly remind Mad Manchester of why we are here.
No, you don't get time to. It's his turn.
But yeah.
I meant out of character.
You don't get time to. It's his turn.
Out of character, it's still my turn.
But yeah, there's bits of like underneath the corrugated roof. There's like wooden support slats and things like this. Like you definitely think that the main framing of the building is still wood, even under the corrugated sheet metal.
Okay, I'm going to douse like a good portion of it in my whiskey and light it on fire.
Mad Manchester. Yeah. Okay. So you like create a makeshift Molotov cocktail and splash it upwards, like throw it upwards towards like the main support struts of the roof. Technically, because it's in dim light, it's, let's see here, it's so we're gonna say a typical task requiring some focus. I'm gonna say it's normally a 2 because you're trying to get it in the right place where it's getting the wood right, and then it's going to be an additional 1 because of the dim light. So it's going to be difficulty level 3 speed roll.
Speed roll? Okay, I'd like to lower it by 1.
Okay. You're applying a level of effort, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've got edge and speed.
Okay.
Might as well use those points. So target number 6.
Yep. You got it. Oh. So at the moment, it looks like, unless you're spending an experience point.
Don't have any experience points, but
Right.
I do have chaotic.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's the one where it just, you can make it easier, but
I can re-roll a result I don't like once, but if I do, you get to present me with a GM intrusion.
yeah, for free. Love it. Okay, go ahead and give her a reroll.
Oh no!
You're gonna do it anyways.
Double intrusion. Whoa.
Double intrusion. Whoa, what does it mean?
Okay. Love it. You don't hit the wooden support beams of the shack. But you don't even really hit the shack. You throw the bottle, which is on fire. But it wasn't hard enough to break the bottle immediately. It bounces off, and instead it shatters on another object, the propane tank beside the shack.
I hate you, Manchester.
So
Why would you even do this?
we're gonna
Because
go
I
through
like
everybody
to
and
have
make
fun
some might
too.
checks. Yeah, we're gonna start one at a time, and we're gonna make some might checks here. So, well, I guess we'll start with the Stalker. There's a chance you could like take out the bad guys too. So we are going to say, fuck, it's an exploding propane tank. Let's see here. We're gonna say, I mean, you guys are all in immediate range of it. You're within like 10 feet of a propane tank that just goes off. So we're gonna say this is challenging. And so that's going to be, yeah. So the Stalker's just dead. The Stalker's just dead. Good news is it's no longer dim light. This guy, he takes damage.
He's no longer enthralled.
He is no longer enthralled. That is correct.
They don't
Thank you
call
for
me
that.
Mad Manchester for no reason.
He's dead. But he did take damage. Okay, Athena. So we're starting with you. It is a difficulty level 5 might.
All right. I will be spending 2 points of might to lower that.
Okay.
And checking to see if there's anything else. No? Okay. And yeah. Roll at 4.
Thankfully,
right?
George, you're out of range of the explosion. One good thing about being, slow and steady.
That one paid off after all.
You are not
No,
successful.
Hope not for you.
You are not successful, unfortunately. You take 5 points of might.
I take no points.
You take, why is that?
Aegis, and because I still have my enduring shield up. Same day.
Oh, okay.
It's a level 6. Oh no, sorry, that's an enduring.
You have an asset to
I thought it
speed
was
defense rolls. What's that have
Yeah,
to do with
sorry, I
that?
thought it was something else instead.
Nope.
I thought it was just an automatic DR. No, I take 4. Armor 2.
From the this will bypass armor because it's just like explosive fiery force.
Fuck you, Manchester.
Yeah, this isn't like a punch or a kick or a stab or even a shot. It's an explosion of force and fire that does that. The armor's not going to protect against that.
But I'd like to apologize if my reactions are causing you to get demonetized.
Oh no, I'm set to a mature channel. If kids are here, they shouldn't be fucking here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Language.
So, yeah, so we don't have to watch our
Sasko,
fucking language.
Why would you even initiate this? Why? It makes
We're having
no
a bad
fucking
influence in Santa Claus. Oh, Santa Claus is fine. He's there like eating a candy cane. He's jingling. He's like, he's toasting marshmallows on your bodies. Mr. Cornelius, we're starting at a level 5 might for you.
All right. I have my residence field up, so this is going to be an intellect defense instead,
That's correct.
which I am trained in. And I'm going to spend effort to reduce that by another 1.
Level of effort. Currently at a 3.
All right, and here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing
Damn it.
indeed.
Yep.
Okay. And
Sorry, would it be a 2 that he had it as?
No, it started at 5. I downed it by 2.
yeah. Because he was trained and then he lowered it by 1 because of a level of effort.
Don't you have an asset? Anticipation still?
No, I used that when the stalker tried to hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
But yes, so you were not successful. That is 5 points of might
5
damage.
Yep. That hurt a little bit.
Okay, Freya, we're gonna do the same thing for you. It is gonna be might. So it is a currently a difficulty level 5 might roll that we're making to defend against this shit. Oh, that's correct. These should all be reset because you've had a rest since and you haven't been here in a while. There you go. Well, you can spend 5 might to apply 2 levels of effort because it's 3 and then 2, and you don't have an edge to make it cost less.
Well,
I'm gonna let you know now that's
don't
not worth
bother.
it because the damage is 5. Well, at this point,
don't spend any.
If you don't spend any, you could have a chance of defending, or if you failed, it's 5. If you spend 5 now and then still fail, you'll end up taking 10.
Okay.
Because you don't really have any physical defenses per se. You're best off just doing a plain Jane roll. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna say boop, boop. That is unfortunately a fail. You cannot spend because you have no experience. So yes, that is going to be 5 points of damage. So a 7. So you're at a 7 might right now.
No scarring.
You're a god. You don't really scar unless you want to.
Okay.
This is part of your shtick. We'll do Mad Manchester. You next.
Excellent.
I hope this blows up in your fucking face.
It did, literally.
I blew up at all.
It blew up in
fuck
everyone's
you.
faces.
Oh, would you look at that? I think I'm okay.
How I'm gonna laugh if he's the only one that defends. I'm gonna laugh so
We
hard.
spend
Why couldn't you
Can
take
we
it?
spend XP to make him reroll?
Do it.
Oh,
Tell you what, I will give you an intrusion. Mad Manchester, you were the closest to the tank. How about you just actually have to take this shit? It's either that or you, oh, you don't have an experience.
I
Okay,
have no
so
experience, no.
you are going to take this damage because you were too close to the tank to dodge that shit. Who else would you like to give an experience point to?
I'll give it to Freya.
Freya, okay. To help with her singed feathery cloak. Okie dokie. So we are, oh my gosh. Taverson,
And I take 5 might.
you take 5 might damage, yes.
well, I'm gonna roll it.
I have gear in my pool.
Hank was like right
Oh.
next to me. Oh! Boom!
Oh shit.
Boy,
That's
I
with
at 0?
that's with a major thing. A major effect. Can you think of a major effect you would like to happen?
I use the plant monster as a body shield.
Good idea.
You use
So
the
take
plant
extra?
monster as a body shield.
Oh,
So
well done.
you know what? I will, like, it starts taking the fire and then you push it in closer to the fire. So I am going to give the plant monster part of the damage you were about to take. So you actually manage to damage the plant monster with more of the fire as you shelter behind it.
Kev,
Yeah.
my might's at 0.
Oh, is it? Okay, so you are currently set to, if we go to combat, so you go from hail to impaired.
Hail to impaired.
Yeah. You're under combat, put yourself impaired. So effort costs an additional +1 per level. Ignore minor and major effects. You don't get them anymore. And then you can't get more than a +1 damage on combat rolls.
Cool.
All right, one last person, Freakman, starting at level 5, difficulty might.
So I'm gonna try to lower it and spend 3 of my pool.
Okay, you spend 3 from your pool to lower it to a 4. And it lowers your might by
yeah, lower
3.
it to 4. I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say, like, not my pool, but to a 4. But yeah. Cool. I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, don't
All
lower
you
your
do-
pool, lower like the main number, because I'm seeing your pool is a 5 right now, but you have 8
Hey.
points in it.
you made the right call.
You made the right call.
Three instead of
Yeah,
5.
you're going to want to fix your might pool numbers. Currently, it says you have 8 out of 5.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I see. Yeah. Sorry, I should have 5 out of 8. Cool.
Yeah, you
you
definitely
go.
made the right call. You only used up 3 points instead of the 5 that you would have took with that roll had you not modified it.
George, you can see clearly the chaos in front of you as Mad Manchester's, like, despite actively still slightly on fire, is probably laughing like a madman.
Yeah, still maniacally.
The
That-
plant
that
creature, which thankfully it doesn't actually take extra damage from fire, but it's writhing in pain, as is most of your friends.
Awesome. Okay. We are going to do. Well, I guess we're finally gonna enter this range.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, I either far step in or I
Everyone can see you guys now again. Like, there's people way down the streets huddled looking at what the fuck is going on. Now they see a big plant monster thing. There's an explosion. There was darkness, but it's gone. There's a 30% sale at the store that they like.
yes.
I don't know
that's
those
me.
advertisements, eh?
plant thingy goes. We're going to use its wave of radiation ability.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Okay, so it is basically it's wave of radiation ability for everyone in immediate range of it at the moment. You have the difficulties, all difficulties are increased by 1. The effect will end at the end of Toxicity's next turn unless he renews it. That's going to be his turn. So just all of a sudden there's this glow, and it's not what you expect. It's actually a bluish glow, because radiation actually usually causes a blue glow. So there's like this weird unearthly blue glow happening as you just feel sick.
All my electronics are starting to go.
Yeah. Mr. Cornelius.
Mr. Cornelius is going to take a chance and, I don't know, maybe try and hit this thing. I don't know. He looks kind of beefy and hard to hit.
No longer dark?
That's true. I guess I'll, use my anticipation, move up and try and hit him.
And I'm going to say it's full on bright light here right now. You have 2 flashlights. There's fire everywhere. It's like, it's not even the dim light anymore. It's just bright.
All right. So what is my?
So you're trying to hurt it. So it's normally 6, but because of the radiation, it's 7.
Oh fuck. Oh. I actually can't hit him, so I'm gonna do something else. Come to think of it, I can't connect. So because Nat 20 isn't an auto success in this game.
Nope.
So I am not going to try and attack him after all. I'm going to move into the hut. Or into the shack.
Okay. You move inside of the shack.
Come here for is actually still alive.
We will deal with what you see in the shack after the combat situation.
That's fine.
All right, Freya. Yeah, the onslaught it's a single target thing. It only affects the person that you want to affect. Okay, so it's currently at difficulty level 7. So you have to roll a 21 on a d20 right now.
Really?
Yeah. You have to lower it if you want a chance to even get them. Well, right now you can apply a level of effort because your onslaught is an intellect roll. So you can spend 2 intellect points, bringing this down to that. This lowers it to a 6, which is you have to get an 18 or higher. Well, technically, you're trained in using special abilities to influence the mind of others. Are you doing this as physical or mental?
Physical.
Okay, then it won't apply. If you're doing it as mental, it will apply. If it's intellectual damage. Okay, so in that case, if you're doing it as intellectual damage, it'll bring it down to a 5. So target number is 15.
Go for it.
Let's go for it. All right. 7. No. But it costs you, there's a couple of intellect points, but no biggie. Nothing crazy happened. No, he's a tough sucker, especially with the radiation. Athena.
All right, Athena is going to grit her teeth, both from the aftereffects of the explosion, the idiocy she just witnessed, and also the radiating feeling that she's suffering from. Yep. And yeah, does this thing have any sensory organs?
You don't know. It doesn't really have a face.
Okay, I'm going to turn the tack-like off and just empty into it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need the light. It's bright everywhere because of the fire.
Yep.
So it is currently, it's a base of 7.
This thing has high defenses, wow.
Well, it's normally a base of 6, but then the radiation makes it 7.
Yeah.
Is 6,
So
right?
yeah, spend a point of speed.
Yeah. Okay, that'll bring it down to a 6.
Yep. And
Oh, sorry, it's point blank. You're shooting, so it actually brings it down again. That's 5.
yep. Okay. And yeah, I think that's all I can do. So yeah.
All right, go ahead and give her.
Nat
Oh
20.
shit! Oh shit!
beautiful.
Biscuits. So
That's gonna hurt.
That's gonna be a lot of damage. Oh my!
Oh, yeah.
Because that's normally 6, right? So that's 10 damage.
Yep.
That's enough to take it out.
10 damage.
That is enough to take it out.
Way to go, Athena.
Which you were glad of, because that toxicity thing, if it renews it every round, stacks.
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
So it would have. So you would have started seeing like 8s, and then 9s, and then 10s.
Fucking triffids.
Yeah, it's like a super triffid. But with this, you actually managed to take it out. How do you want to take this sucker out?
So basically, I just start doing the slow advance toward it with each step firing a shot off until I get right down to it. And it's probably over the ground at that point. I just unload into it.
All right.
I'm not having any of this. Just
None of this shit. So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those like movie situations where you just see Athena get one good shot, which unbalances it, and then just starts unloading on the sucker.
don't see Athena rage a lot in combat. She's usually keeping a cool head, but the tactical idiocy she just saw, as well as just combined with everything else, has just pushed her slightly over the edge.
Would you say she's a
it's the
little
end of-
hot-headed with her fiery temper right now?
I'd say it's the end of Terminator 2. Sarah Connor with the shotgun, just cock, bam. At the
pretty much.
Yes.
Cock, bam. Except the final shot comes from her instead of,
Yeah.
grenade launcher from Terminator.
Athena, all this flavor and you choose to be salty.
Oh. Okay, with that, combat
Chester,
ends.
what is our objective here?
I was see the numpties were, that's why I had so few numpties and they were ineffective, because this thing's level name was toxicity. I figured toxicity was going to be a bit of a deal for you guys to take on. If you hadn't just got that 20, this was going to be a long, hard fight.
Yep.
Oh,
You
yeah.
had a system for us to go down.
Yep.
But with that, now Cornelius,
the
you notice none of the
toxicity
fire
of our
makes
city.
it into the shack. Thankfully, he flubbed that badly that although there's blasts and whatnot, nothing lit on fire. Really, it's like it exploded and it dented the metal. The explosion itself put most of the fire out, and then what was left was on the ground or mostly metal. So nothing ended up actually igniting. Explosion fires rarely actually are enough to really ignite something in that type of situation.
Ignite another
Did it
explosive
blast like seeds
item.
everywhere when it blew up?
Well, while she still has some Iliadic wrath left in her system, she's going to walk over to Manchester, grab him by the scruff, slam him against the congregate steel wall, and just go, "Check your fire. Remember why we're here. This is a rescue operation, not the purge."
Before she can even finish her sentence, he's gonna shove her off and go, "Fuck your authority. I don't answer to you." And he's gonna light a smoke. He's gonna light a smoke off of the house and walk into it, just like ignoring her.
Anarchy in the UK.
At least
Seen roll one
to
team
your own
here.
senses.
Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen.
Patterson's already inside.
Yeah. That's what you get when you have the incarnation of the rebellious spirit of the UK.
Yeah, you almost get a lot of friendly fire kills going off, including potentially killing the thing we're trying to protect.
Aw, the god's afraid of fire.
No, the gods are
let
idiot.
it go. Let it go. As if you hadn't had a bad roll. Get over it.
No, I was actually more concerned if you got a good roll in that
Hey,
situation.
leave the saltiness to in character. On topic of rolls. Out of character. It's fun.
Roll one team, Athena. Let's go find this hacker crypto
So
guy.
you get into the shack. The place has been ransacked and there's no one there. There's this like super high tech system that unfortunately looks like most of it's been either taken or broken. All the main systems and drives are all gone. The screens themselves have been shattered. A lot of them have been opened up. Make sure there's nothing in them. You can't see anything left of the main system at all there. And there's no one in here. It looks like a lot of this place has been ransacked or taken in some way.
Yeah. So Taverson knows how this works. Somebody's coming for you. You have a safe room. I walk over and I assume there's a rug on the ground.
Not really, actually. It's just a concrete floor.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for a hidden room or some sort of like spot where there's some like somebody can tuck away.
Okay.
Taverson.
I'm going to quickly use one of my one action recovery rolls.
Didn't you say Spender was digital?
Yeah, he could have uploaded himself. I'm totally seeing what Sam is putting
Well,
here.
so far you know that all totems have some sort of manifested physical body.
He has a digital avatar, but that doesn't mean like the totem itself is not physical.
Also, if someone was removing the hardware, they physically had to do it. So even if he is a completely digital entity with a physical manifestation as a device of some sort.
So it's going to be base difficulty level 4 intellectual to notice it. You're kind of familiar with the practices of hiding this type of shit. I'm going to bring it down to a 3. You have Athena in your party, so I'm just going to assume you're going to lower this shit down again.
Yeah.
George could also help. So.
George is also able, because it's like Athena, it's not an assist per se. Athena has an ability. George can assist with literally anything in the universe. Yep. So we're currently at a 1.
I will spend 2 points to make it an auto success.
And you spend 2 points. Go ahead. You make it an auto success. Which I am glad for, as this was sort of a needed plot point, but I did want a chance for failure. So.
Well, we see what happens when Taverson tries to actually look for information half the time.
Now, can you roll? Can you roll just so we would see what would happen?
Yeah, I could just roll for sure.
Yeah, just roll to see what the number would be. We are interested in that. I agree.
All right.
No, you would have been fine. You would have been fine. So first of all, you did make a discovery, so everyone is going to get an additional experience point. Because that's what this game is all about. When you make discoveries is when you tend to stop it. You get the experience point.
And we got to check for ciphers as well.
And you will, there will be ciphers in this place. That will be squirreled away in actually the same place that you find this. So we'll roll for ciphers after we do this bit. All right.
I would check for ciphers in the consuming darkness.
Well, we'll roll for. Yeah. Actually, let's roll for the ciphers now. Deal with that, and then we'll deal with the next part because it could take a second. So, it is. Well, I'm gonna roll. There's not as many here. It's only gonna be 4. You guys get 4 ciphers.
I can't see your rolls. They're set privately.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. 1 second. I rolled I was on self roll still because I was testing something. My apologies.
Oh,
Hey, the pack drill again.
You guys have gotten good effect out of that one. So those are the 4 ciphers that you guys have come across. Brad, how many do you have? You're at 3 right now.
If Cornelius
3 out of
doesn't
3.
have a level spot,
You can trade
I'd
them
say
out.
get the far
I think some
side.
people have open slots though.
Yeah, I did use a cipher earlier, so I have an open spot.
George still has one.
I'm just going to take the Vanisher because I think that would really help me with the sneaking around.
Can I trade out Mental Scrambler for that far sight there? Because I haven't had a chance to use it or see a reason to use it.
I don't hear anyone saying no, so I'd say go for it.
Perfect.
What does Mental Scrambler even do?
It was like you wait 2 turns and it does.
Hold on, can you trade
No.
ciphers? All right.
Once it's locked to you, it's yours. All you can do is discard it.
I was gonna say mental scrambler would be okay for my guy, but fair enough.
No, not in this particular setting, because it's like energy that you've absorbed.
Right.
Yeah, I sat on it for like.
So we still have a magnetic attack drill and a magnetic shield left.
The magnetic shield looks tempting, but it would probably work really screwy on Athena right now because all the magnetic stuff that she's using with the rail rifle and everything. So
I could take the drill if no one else wants it.
Actually, the mental scrambler would have been perfect for getting into that building. Last session.
Yeah. Whatever. It worked.
But,
Yeah, if you want the magnetic attack drill, take it.
Yeah, I might just because I've got this knowledge enhancement history that's kind of. I think I'm gonna ditch it.
It's all about upgrading when you find a better one.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'm gonna ditch this knowledge history level 1, which also is high level.
Yeah, you
it
vocal.
does give you a good way of throwing around some.
This one could come in handy eventually.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we need me to? Do we need me to pick up the
And
magnetic
extreme
shield?
surf one.
Actually,
I don't. We could leave it as well, but whatever.
Well, I've got a space.
Oh shit,
yeah,
that could be a
Yeah,
big
so
thing
do
if
I.
you guys are like far away from people sniping at them and they can't get to you.
7. Ooh, nice.
The friction reducer. You make an area basically frictionless. And then flight is good too, which makes sense for your cloak.
So I'm gonna pick up the magnetic shield. Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Sounds like
I mean,
everyone is in
that's-
agreement. Okay.
I mean,
And
that could technically help us in an area. It's like metal objects
Yeah.
can't come within an immediate range. We both kind of hunker down in an area, bullets can't get at us.
Area of denial.
Cannot come within immediate range of the user. Slowly pushed out. So it's, yeah, you don't have to worry about it suddenly violently losing all your shit. So it's fine. In an emergency situation, it might be a good thing to do, even if you lose some stuff. All right. With that, you find one other thing. You find a 3.5-inch floppy disk.
Oh, a 3 floppy?
Yes.
Holy shit. I haven't seen these since my early days in radio.
I'm going to assume there's technology here. Ignore that one. I'm going to assume there's technology here that would equate to this.
If we can salvage it.
If not, I bet you the
Already
library.
well.
I will give it to you, being who you are, and once again having Athena and George near you make you very, very perceptive for such things. In like the corner of the room is an old like external but USB based, like it was a there was those early days when USB was just becoming a thing, but you still had external drives you could plug in and shit. There's an external USB floppy drive reader in the corner that they probably didn't ransack because they're like, I don't need this.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to hook it up to my laptop, and I'm going to put in the floppy drive.
Okay. In the floppy drive is a single text file called gatekeeper.txt.
Okay. I open.
You open it. Okay. I'm going to read it to you, but then I'll actually share it so you can see it as well. But I'll read it partly for the stream's sake and then partly just because it's fun for me to read. Thanks. If you're reading this, then there is a good chance I have been deleted or taken. I'm so young that I did not know the world that I was born into. Let me pause music. I tried to control my environment by forcing others to buy property in the city for me. Velis, Lakshmi, and others. But they are dead now, and the enemy know it was me. I have met a stranger deep in the net, a being known as Taverson. Taverson, if you are reading this, I hope I'm still alive and just need saving. You're the closest thing I actually have to a friend in my short life, despite our short and abrupt interactions. No others have ever actually really talked with me. You and your friends are like a shining beacon in a city of darkness, growing brighter as you go. But if I can see you, so can they. I have learned of the Bromitics, the antithesis of what we are, the void of a hopeless life. No creativity, no innovation, only stagnation. Miss Mation and G-Man have joined with them. All the power drained from us seems to go to them, and they have become so powerful. The king is their puppet, and with their new war machine, they could take over the world. But there is hope. Hidden within a secret museum is a collection of 7 ancient weapons, weapons that could take out even the most powerful. The Hanjo Masamune, the perfect katana of steel folded so many times that each layer is only an atom thick. It is said the sword is virtually indestructible. The Retaliator, a sword bestowed upon Manaman MacLear and later to his foster son Luge. It was also known as the Answerer due to its ability to compel the truth from anyone it was wounded. The Winchester, the first Winchester rifle ever made. Although made by mortal hands, the power of belief turned the rifle itself into a totemic artifact. It is said the rifle shoots with the power of a cannon. Zeus's Thunderbolt, a weapon of pure energy that was able to call down the wrath of the heavens. Gungnir, the spear of Odin. Its aim was legendary, able to accurately be thrown to any target no matter the distance, as long as there is line of sight. Sharur. Ninurta once controlled this sentient mace with terrifying efficacy. Although the ability to raise forests and flatten mountains is slightly exaggerated, it is able to strike multiple foes in front of the wielder with a great arc of force. Brahmastra. Finally, the bow and arrow created by Lord Brahma. It is said that anything shot with this bow is instantly destroyed with no ability to deflect it. However, it requires great mental fortitude to fire, is permanently draining upon its user, and it is said it can only be fired once in a lifetime. There is a catch. I was unable to locate the site of the museum. It was created by Queen Elizabeth II in the 20th century, and I believe the only totem that knows where it is Miss Britt, and they have her. Originally, I had hoped I could use Velis to get you in there, but last I checked, a new madness was consuming him, and there are so few left of us left in the city now. However, there is one I think could have the skills to help you extract Miss Britt. Almost drained of power, and hiding as a common criminal in the Wandsworth prison, Loki has been using his disguise as a form of protection, letting the prison be his personal fortress. However, he will be of no use in his weakened state. That is why I've hunted down and found Heimdall's sword, Holfund. Although useless to any of you, I believe Loki would know how to use this sword to restore his lost power. You can find it in the half-buried fridge in the trash heap behind my shack. Get Loki on your side, restore his powers, save Miss Britt, gain the artifacts of legend, and end this. Help me, Athena, Freya, George, Manchester, Cornelius, Taverson, Freakman. You're my only hope.
You heard that, guys. The Freak Man's only hope.
And I will configure this so everyone is observer so that you can all see it now. It is under PC notes. You want Odin's spear?
Yeah.
I mean, Athena in mythology literally inherits Zeus's thunderbolts, so. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm headed to find that fridge.
Okay. Sure enough, like you move some sheet metal and other rubbish, and there's a fridge that's like half buried in some packed down dirt, face down. And with some help, several of you were able to like wrench it out and whatnot and open it up. And inside is this large sword, and it seems extraordinarily well made. And you can feel power humming from it, and it's got this almost draining effect when you're near it. Yeah, well, you would know better than anybody, Freya. Heimdall's sword, which is the sword that Heimdall is supposed to use in Ragnarok to fight Loki eventually.
Yes.
One of its main abilities is the ability to channel energy from other sources into the wielder. Yes. But according to legend, the only two people that can actually properly use it are Heimdall and Loki. And I'm assuming you'll let the rest of the group know this information as well?
Oh, I'm passing.
Okay, so the rest of you would know this as well.
I will close my laptop, unplug the data drive, or the disk drive, and take out the floppy disk, and store it in my bag.
Oh, and it's a bright yellow floppy disk too, because it has to be.
And yeah, we know what we need to do.
You guys hit one hell of a tipping point. Actually, I'm actually giving you 2 experience.
Looks like I might actually benefit for once from the Imperial British pursuit of my legacies.
I'm sorry we couldn't get here sooner, Travis.
It's fine.
You think any of them could still be out there?
It's not possible.
I thought about before, if the CIA almost nabbed me, I would just eat a bullet and wake up someplace else. He could have done the same.
Assuming that that he wasn't eaten by the paramedics.
Is there any evidence of a struggle? I mean, discarded pizza boxes doesn't really tell me anything.
It's hard to tell because the place is fairly thoroughly ransacked. There's no excessive bullet wounds or anything like that in the area. The only damage you're seeing is from the nearby stuff that you guys caused.
I was about to say, when the paramedics died, did it look like they had recently eaten, filled with divine energy?
Well, the Mr. Nobodies just basically their suits stayed there, but they just vanished. The Stalker just turns into shadow and dissipates, and the Toxic turned into this green goo.
Okay, but there wasn't any glowing stuff left.
No, there wasn't anything left in them per se.
Okay, the only glow left was the toxicity.
There was no ciphers in them, so it doesn't look like they've eaten any people or any other totem energy or anything.
Yeah. Also, if they ransacked the place, they must not have found what they were looking for, I would suppose, immediately. So there's a good chance the physical body is out there somewhere, and it didn't look like they had eaten. So,
And actually, at the beginning of next session, after I've had a chance to spend the XP that we're gaining from this one, I'll have a new ability that we'll be able to maybe see if,
peer through time?
Yeah, because as once the session ends and I get the XP, I should have enough to actually get my last upgrade and hit tier 2. Get tier 2, and my travel through time power is see history that I get at tier 2.
Ooh. Well, speaking of which,
touch an object in here and view past.
This is indeed where we're going to wrap up the session for here, as you guys got a pretty heavy drop there. You're probably going to take a hot second in this place, searching it over, discussing amongst yourselves, sort of figuring out what you want to do. You feel pretty safe here. You feel like anything that was left here was sort of almost like the leftover rear guard, just making sure that there wasn't anything left. And that the main force that ransacked the place is long gone. So you don't foresee anyone probably coming back anytime soon. So we are going to end the session there. Now that you've gained the information from gatekeeper.exe.
I thought it was TXT.
TXT, sorry. And we're
if it was an exe file, oh my god, we should really do a virus scan on tech right now.
No, so you're going to gain some experience. So we are going to start with Athena. You're going to gain 3 experience points. Oh no, sorry, 1 second. I didn't give everyone the experience for just showing up. You guys got a massive amount of experience this session. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, Athena, you got 4 experience points, bringing you up to a total of 4.
Which is what I need to level.
Kathy, you get Freya, you get 5 experience points, bringing you close to a total of 5. George, you get 5 experience, bringing you to a total of 7. Mad Manchester, you gain 6 experience points, bringing you to a total of 6.
Wonderful.
Mr. Cornelius, you gain 4 experience points, bringing you to a total of 5.
Yeah, more than enough to level.
Taverson, that is 4 experience points, bringing you up to a total of 16.
Wow.
And
number.
Freakman, that is 5 experience points, bringing you to a 6.
That's probably that's some of this.
Yeah. Well, Taver said you could just like straight up bam level right now with 16 points.
If you wanted, yeah.
Your 4 upgrades, bam. Here.
I'm not sure if I should take a skill or an other. I gotta. What's my others again?
Your others, you can either increase the amount you get from recovery roll. Yeah, basically 5, 6, or 7 on that list.
Getting +1 effort. And that's 4.
New ability for my type for sure.
So as soon as we have 4, we automatically tier up.
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as you take the 4th one, you're just tier 2.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the whole thing up for a while, so you guys can tinker with characters over the next while. I'm just going to leave it up and in the background. But we're done the session officially. Just keep track of what you're spending now. Let me know at the beginning of next week what you spent. Don't bother telling me now. Just if you spend any experience points, keep track of what you're spending to let me know, and then next week I'll deduct it from my little chart and stuff.
Cool.
Because for now we are going to end the session, so thank you for anyone that is watching in the background. Another session of Totem complete, and it looks like they've hit a pretty major milestone at this point. A lot of them have just gotten to their 2nd rank within the Cypher systems. That's pretty exciting, as well as the fact that you have discovered some pretty heavy stuff that I'm going to say now you're basically in the final arc. You have decided, and it's perfectly fine you did this, but you've basically decided to ignore all of the side quests and just beeline power through the main storyline. So we are basically in the final arc of the campaign now. It is a matter of getting what you need. It's going to be multiple steps to do so, but getting what you need to take out the big bad evil people.
Oh, guys, we got to go back and level grind on the easy tasks before we go to the main boss.
If you want to go to the English forests and grind out boars for experience.
Yeah, that and collect a bunch of potions that we never drank in anticipation of some big battle.
Yeah.
Visit Nottingham, pick up the sheriff and Robin Hood.
Exactly. All right, so thank you for everyone that joined in the usual stuff, like, subscribe, all of that good shit.
Hit the bell icon.
Hit the little bell icon, reminder, all that good stuff. And don't forget to join the Discord. We'll even do the Discord thingy. If I can type, please let me type. There we go. Discord. Don't forget to join the Discord. We got a lot of good gaming groups. Actually, there's some people looking for some D&D game groups right now on like other days and stuff. So if someone's looking for an RPG group, I think we got some people around that's looking for more players and or GMs and or all the other stuff. So, but we are full up. We can't, like, we're just too full up in all of our main games with like Hawks and Quick Wicks and Mine and everything. So if anyone is watching this now or in the future, feel free to join the Discord and just take a little look-see. It's funny, it says I've got like 2 viewers, but there's like a bunch of people watching in the background. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one.